Good Sunday morning, everybody. Great to have you here. Hope you've been having a good weekend. It's one of those, this is the weird weekend in the year for me. And I'm sure many of you can also relate. Tomorrow is that, it's a holiday, but it's not necessarily a holiday. All I want to say with all of the men in here, that the fact that this holiday is more recognizable than Father's Day still kind of irritates me. It grinds my gears. Because like Mother's Day is like in the top 3 right behind Halloween and Christmas. But that, however you call tomorrow's day, Indigenous Peoples Day, Columbus Day, still. But most of you are probably still working. It's that weird day because the kids have it off. You're still trying to work, and you're like, what? Canadian Thanksgiving. Good reply. Well, lucky for you if you don't have work. That works. And your kids have school tomorrow. Holy crap. That might be the best day ever. We've got eMLB Sunday morning action coming to you. We're going to head to the Central. Yeah, my kids not only have tomorrow off, they also had Friday off. Teacher workshop. Thanks, school.
Let's go while we're young.
If you insist. I think it's time to get us going because we've got fun-filled adventures ahead of us. Several community-created players to get to watch. And you know what? I just realized I never put the cast. My bad. I'm doing that right now. Because we have more and more of you being a part of the show. Today we got 3 people that will be showcased in today's show. I think we should get us going. Don't you think? Let's do it.
Welcome. Come in. Fresh victims for my ever-growing army of the undead.
Sir, you have to let go of the button.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Yeah, one of these days, the older you get, the slower your finger reaction is. That's what it is. But so yes, you're going to be part of an ever-growing army of undead for the Fluffy Kitty Ninjas show. Hey, how are ya? Sunday morning baseball. It is Fluffy Kitty Ninjas, the home of the eMLB universe, and I am the commish. But my friends will call me LB, and my wife will call me things with 4-letter words. Again, I'm on my better behavior. I try. You know how it goes. It's the battle. The grind is real, to put it mildly. But we ask when you are here to be kind, to rewind, and remember in the mortal words of that wacky overpaid censor of mine, Daffy Duck.
Watch your language, bud. We're on the air.
Yeah, what he said. So, we're not G-rated around here, but we just ask you, none of that funny stuff. You know what I mean? Know what I mean? Yeah. Hey, good to have you here. Hey, Forrest. Forrest is coming in to see himself, the newer member of the Cleveland Indians. Sadir, you're lucky you fly under the radar because, you know, I pick on Brendan, I pick on Minerva, but you've had just as many trades. So I guess all three of you qualify for 1A, 1B, and 1C at this particular point. And we'll get to see a lot of that focus today as you get to see the new look lineup from the last time we peeked at the Indians, which was back on May 15th, in game, of course. That is going to be quite a different look from that particular game. You've got an Americano in hand. Well, I have my home brew, I have the appropriate mug for the time of season, and of course, you know, we went to Disney, and if I didn't use this, of course, the wife breaks out her Sally mug. I've got Jack, so, yeah, no. But today it is the usual when I just do my home stuff. I love it. It's Cafe Verona from Starbucks. It is the Italian sweet cream from Coffee Mate. And always the second cup of coffee during the show will have Bailey's. You know, I've got to be a little adult, unfortunately, since I've got to make sure I got to pick up the kiddo a little later from work. Doesn't have the license yet, but that is coming soon. That it is. Alrighty, gang. We have eMLB action today, middle of June. Couple quick things of note if you aren't in the Discord. First things first, why aren't you in there? Discord is the best place for you to get the full eMLB experience because you're only watching what we allow you to see on here. Well, we try to tell the story, but you're only getting about 20% of it if you're hanging out just here. We appreciate you doing that. But to get deeper in, there you go. So in the Discord today, we announced the official deadline for all new created players. That's you. If you haven't done so yet and you want to create a player, you can only have one per draft. I allow up to 5. If you really want to be that involved, I allow up to 5, but you can only do 1 per draft. And we only realistically do 2 of these a year. So your next chance after this deadline won't be until the springtime. So if you really want, get off your keister. What are you doing? Get your player made. Let us tell your story, please, and thank you. Join us in our Discord. We've got our creative player template. Things have changed, of course. They'll continue to change as we continue to evolve this process. The next steps, the next evolution of how we'll create players will take place beyond this draft. But the current deadline for this draft is Wednesday, October 19th. You have 12 days to take what will be no more than a 5-minute process. But if you do like me, where you think about it, oh, I'll do that, I'll get to that later, and then life gets in the way, you know how that goes. It can be easy to forget about it. I don't want anybody kicking themselves and saying, shoot, I should have made a player for this draft because I really want to get my story started. Remember, 1 player per draft. Anybody who really wants to can do up to 5 players that are active in the universe. It's going to be a while before, we hope, it's going to be a while before anyone retires. So you get it, idea. Yeah, just do it now. Yes, you want me to play Arnold? Do it now! Of course, he'll yell, come on and kill me! Predator. No, I can't do it right now. I can't do the Predator sound effect, unfortunately. So, Harris, I see your $3 million request. Toronto just getting paid. Speaking of, I'd like to say thank you very much to the following. JC Swishman, thank you for the sub to start off the show today. That's 2 months with you. A pleasure to have you a part of the... yes, get to the Discord! It just doesn't have the same effect as getting to the chopper, as you know. No, it's not a tumor. Indeed. It's not a tumor. Here we go. Tim Lowry. 1 full year, sir. Thank you very much. A tier 2 sub, which, for those who want to know, anybody who is kind enough to offer even higher than a tier 1, they get a little extra boost. So a tier 2 gets treated like it's 3 boosts. Of course, a tier 5 gets, tier 3, dear Lord, tier 3 gets the highest perk as you get a +7. because, again, Tier 3 is quite the commitment. Anybody who's going to do that, namaste. Thank you very much indeed. And then, of course, Aiden comes in, 18 months with him. Let's go Braves, chop on, he says. And then, of course, JC also adding 500 biddies. And just as an FYI, every multiple of 500 equals a additional boost as well. So basically, and that does not have to be all at once. We keep track of that thanks to Streamlabs chatbot. So yeah, that's an extra boost for you, JC. So let's circle back afterwards and get you all squared away. So far you got +2 today there on that. And of course, our friends are always playing the games in the chat. That's what it's intended, not to make it hard for you to keep up with chat. That's what the big streamers do, because how do you communicate in those big chats with how crazy those are? Here, it's just to play games and to build up on your player in one of the many ways you can do so. We love being interactive. We love having fun with you. If you ever want entertainment, listen to Austrian Death Machine. Hardcore band that writes their songs with choruses based on famous Arnold lines. Oh my god, I am seriously gonna go check that out later. That sounds like fun. By the way, you know what else is even more fun? You ever see those mashups of Darth Vader? They're often called the Vader sessions, and some of them are taking, one of my favorites, of course, is taking all the different movies of James Earl Jones that are not Star Wars related and having him be Darth Vader like he's absolutely gone off the rocker. But there is Darth Schwarzenegger, which is awesome. It's also an amazing one. If you've never seen it before and you want to see what Darth Vader would be like if it was Arnold, you're welcome. It's going to be a fun little giggle for you. Guess I need to rewrite up the draft of my boost. Well, you might have to. You might have to, because you got a little extra, and who knows? Maybe you get enough balls of yarn to cash some more in today. We'll talk about that in a moment. But let's get us started making sure that all of my sound effects are good to go in case anybody does some ball cashing in. We've got a 3-day sim. We did a test. We've been having problems, and I'm not sure if it's either out of the park since the latest build, or if my server is just looking for excuses for me to finally fire their butts, because the end of my 3-year contract is coming up, and I might finally move on from it to the more traditional out-of-the-park formats. Seriously thinking about it. One of my guys can't even access the server right now, and not bad. 24-hour technical support, and they say, please call back during normal business hours. 24-hour tech support. Call back during normal business hours. Yeah. It's been that type of struggle of late with this. It's weird. I can get everything, no problem. I can upload everything, no problem. It's been the challenge of you guys being able to get the file, which hasn't worked. We'll hopefully figure this out. Oh, hey, how about those M's? How about those Mariners? There's a generation of people that have never seen a playoff victory for the Mariners until recent. How about that? Huh? Yes, pretty much. 24 hours, sometimes during the week. Technical support, scripts to read from. Yes. Yeah, I also saw Denver retweeting something that I hope Andrew does not see that, because boy, Andrew will not take kindly to that particular post with the roll credits on the Phillies to the Cardinals. So womp womp. 15 goal darn innings just to be heard again. Yes. Rays. Apparently the AL East is not as scary as people think with the exits of the Rays and the Jays here. But we'll see. No, I really don't want to see if the Yankees can make that a just lose, please. Lose? Red Sox fan talking. Anyway, moving on. Let's get to day 1 of 3. That is the day that we will focus on for the eMLB game of the day. Let's look at the standings really quickly in the American League East. Baltimore, where most players are living out of their luggage currently because they don't know if they're going to be traded here. So some people don't even take their stuff out of the bags. They're just thinking, yep, we're going to have to just pack up the suitcase and travel again. I'm picking on you, Brendan. He's made a lot of moves. Some of them I haven't figured out, and I tell him that. I still don't know what the heck he's doing at this point. But for now, it works for him. 2.5 game lead against the Red Sox, as the Red Sox have kind of faltered here of recent. I will say this, though. I believe this game has team chemistry more than you think. And I wonder if too many trades and too much change can be a negative. That will be tested. But for now, the Orioles remain ahead as they won 6 of their last 10 to extend to now be ahead of the Red Sox with a 2.5 game lead. The Yankees and the Rays might be the weirdest combination of teams with 28 wins and sub 500 records. If you use Stats Plus. Stats Plus will tell you that the Yankees are only 5.5 back. Stats Plus will also tell you that the Yankees' run differential is minus 62. Minus 62, and they're 3 games under 500. Meanwhile, the Rays have 3 more losses but the same amount of wins, 7 games back. Their run differential is plus 22. Math, you can see all the signs and stuff on the memes. That's 84 runs of difference between those two teams. Are the Rays just unlucky? I mean, do the Yankees just suck more than their record shows? I don't know. I mean, Toronto is 24-36, and their run differential's better than the Yankees. Okay. So, the AL East is weird, is what we'll say. Moving on to the Central, which will be our focus on the day the Twins find themselves 35-24, just under a 600 record. They are in the division, 3-game lead over the Indians. We'll see the Indians and White Sox here in a moment. The OCD of the Rays mean they have to stay in alphabetical order. Okay, that works. That works. That works for me. By the way, I'm hoping to hear from Charles really soon. Charles has gone AWOL of late. Charles being the Rays GM. And unfortunately, I can't play any favorites. I love Charles. I love his energy. But he gone. He has not responded. If you have heard from Charles recently, get on his you-know-what.
Watch your language, bud. We're on the air.
I didn't even say it, you fricassee duck. Jesus. Anyway, if you have heard or talked to Charles recently, get on his keister and tell him just check in with the commish. Even a hi is fine. But he hasn't responded in multiple requests from me of late. Unless I stink or he just doesn't want to hear from me, which is always possible too. So again, in the Central, Twins, 3-game lead over the Indians coming into this one. The Royals have been making some changes here as well. They've lost their last 3, now a game under 500. Hey, we've been there before with the Royals. We ain't counting them out after last season, but they'll want to head in the right direction. Yes, he is from Florida. That is the other reason I'm hoping to hear from him, but I have not heard from him since more than prior to the... You know what? I can give you a specific. Team Exports, if I go here, That's the last time I've heard from Charles. It's Friday, August 26th. Yes, he had moved, but he still hasn't checked in. Even a hi would make me happy. That's all I need. Just to know he's still out there. But the team is being affected by the lack of activity. So that might be why that they're 6 games under 500, even with a run differential of plus 22. Anyway, on to the West. West, clearly, best division in the league. 2 of the 3 best teams are there. And then when you look at Seattle, Seattle's the 4th best team. Just the Cubs being a pest and getting in the way. Okay. Yeah, I appreciate any help. Let's gang up on Charles to just say, hey, you still good with eMLB and stuff? Kamish is just making sure all's good. He hasn't heard from you since August. So, since before I went on vacation. Since before my wife almost literally tried to die on me. No, I'm not making that up. So, it's been a crazy month of September. This whole freaking literal summer just sucked ass. And I had 2 vacations during that time. The first 2 vacations in 6 years. And it literally sucked ass. Don't you dare, Daffy. Yeah, he gets it. I'm allowed on that instance. Into the West, Astros, Angels, Mariners, all making for some very riveting, interesting baseball. Astros, 3.5 game lead over the Angels at this point. Mariners not far behind them at 5.5. Rangers are a game over 500, but again, tough division. Of course, the Athletics are where they are. They will get the number 1 pick in this coming draft and looking very likely to, well, remember, they ain't getting the number 1 next year because we've got expansion. So the best they will get is the number 3 pick in next year's draft. Over in the National League East, last time you talked to him was September 13th when I went on vacation. So, yeah, that means it's almost a month, at least from that point of view. So just need to hear from Charles in some way, shape, or form to kind of keep things going. Because again, if not, too much time goes by. That's too much inactivity. I must move on. And I try not to do that for the people that I think are very ingrained and involved. But life gets in the way. I understand that. But that means we have to keep... The show must go on. And so says Freddie Mercury. National League East, Phillies will be 2 game leaders over the world champion Nationals. Braves, Marlins are 9.5 back, and the Mets have lost 9 of their last 10 to find themselves 10 back. Cubs have won 5 in a row to kind of affect the AL West, having 3 of the best teams in the majors. They still do technically, but the Cubs winning 5 in a row, now 4.5 game lead over the Brewers. Cardinals, half game back from them. Reds, still looking impressive, 6.5 back. Pirates, trying to turn this season around after going 9-0. They have gone 20-31 since, but they have won their last 4 as they try to improve things on their end. And in the West, Giants continue to hold serve, 2 game lead over the Padres. Dodgers and Diamondbacks are tied at 500, 5 games back there. All right, let's go to today's games. Again, this is our game of the day, so we'll come back to this one in a moment. Red Sox will take on the Tigers. Yes, it says Red Sox are the visiting team against the Tigers at Fenway Park. Rain out. So there is a double header between the Tigers and Red Sox, but it will be at Fenway Park, even though the Red Sox will technically be the away team. Current GMs. That's a good GM question. You'll get various answers. If Billy was here, he'll tell you maybe an hour a week at most. But he barely puts a lot of time into a lot of what I know the others do. So it truly depends on who you talk to. So I'll be interested in the answers you get. 5:35 start time. Yes, for the Indians game, it is a little bit of a weird start time, ain't it? Meanwhile, so game 1 will be the Red Sox as the away team, even though it's in Boston, against the Tigers. Noah Syndergaard scheduled to take on Michael Moore in that one. Then in the nightcap of the doubleheader, you've got Carlos Rodon, who is 1-7 on the year, to take on the pleasant surprise of this Red Sox rotation, Matthew Thompson. The 4-2 record for Thompson in that one. Athletics will take on the Rays in Tampa today. Jim Giesler to the hill, 4-5 on the year. Sixto Sanchez, 2-7. Again, no one really has a winning record in Oakland this season. 4.42 ERA for Sixto. Yeah, time spent in Discord. You know, everybody has a different opinion on how much you want out of it, into it. You know, what's your experience? So I'll let the gentlemen put up their opinions on that. Orioles will take on the Yankees. Ethan Knight now got 100 career wins under his belt. He'll work on the next 100, maybe. Will work on the next 100 at least as he takes on the Yankees and Dakota Donovan at the Bronx in a 6:30 start in that one. The Astros taking on the Angels. Boy, would that be a heck of a game to watch. We'll be watching it from afar, though. The Angels sending Greg Briggs back from injury, 1-0 on the year. Briggs, of course, was a 14-game winner last season. Fraser Perez, the recently acquired Fraser Perez, 2-0 with a 2.3 ERA since joining the Astros from the Yankees. That is a 6:35 start. We'll be watching that one closely on the out-of-town scoreboard. Tigers, Red Sox already talked about. Final game out west. Jays will take on the Mariners. Another good pitching matchup. Juan Coelho, the Soledad, California native, never pitched in the minors. 7-5, 3.87 ERA. Justin Fuller, the Phenom, as he is known, 6-1 this year for Fuller, with a 2.29 ERA. Afternoon action in the National League. We'll have the Rockies taking on the Cubs at Wrigley Field. Antonio Senzatella on the hill for the Rocks. Braylon Marquez will oppose him. Marquez 4-2 with an ERA just under 4. 2:20 start on that one in Chicago. Yeah, I love all the different opinions, so it's good to see how, you know, it kind of gives you an impression on how much time people look into it. And again, from my vantage point, you don't want to know the amount of time I am putting on the file. I've literally, since 6:50 today, been working on the file, as in adding drafted players. That's the predominant thing I'm doing. But I also took about around 50 minutes to do the preview for today's show as well. So I put a lot of time into it, but it is fun. Oh, by the way, did I say it was fun? Rangers will take on the Nationals today in interleague action. I think that's the only interleague battle in this series. Cole Winn for the Rangers will take on Juan Teixeira. Teixeira 2-2, 3.61 ERA. That one's in DC. Marlins will take on the Pirates. Michael Baez on to the hill. Quinn Priester will oppose him. You may be right on that. Sorry, Ken. Again, Marlins, Pirates, Quinn Priester to the hill for the Pirates, trying to extend the winning streak of the streaky Pirates this year. Michael Baez 1-1 with a 3.45 ERA. Mets will battle the Braves. Gianfran Escalona will take on Max Fried. We've seen Max 2-7, 5.07 ERA. He looked pretty impressive when we last saw him live here on the national broadcast. Escalona, yikes, 2-7. Not a good record for the Mets ace. Phillies will take on the Cardinals. 1.0 left-hander Chris Jones will get the ball for the Phillies. Andrew Jenkins will get the ball for the Cardinals, as the Cardinals try to go 5 games over 500 here. Phillies looking to try to extend their lead, or at least hold serve against the Nationals. Brewers will take on the Diamondbacks. Former Diamondback Robbie Ray will be on the hill for the Brewers against Trevor Bauer. Bauer 4-3, 3.74 ERA. Interleague game. Yeah, there is multiple interleague games. Man, shut your mouth, Kamish. What do you know? Royals will take on the Padres. Bob Dowd, another 1. Hey, it's a 1.0 battle. You've got Matty Mac McClendon. Hey, Brendan. McClendon's doing good this year. Just FYI, 6-1, 3.61 ERA. Bob Dowd is 4-2 with a 2.26. That one's out west at Petco Park. Probably won't see any development on that one with when our game is starting here. So we'll check that one for result later. Davis Rico's and the Dodgers will be hosting the Reds in town. Kyle Freeland will get the ball for the Reds, 2-4 with a 6.32 ERA. Rico's, the former Ray, 4-3 with a 4.8 ERA. Final game on the schedule behind the noggin of bigness. The Twins will take on the Giants today. You got Colby Halter, who's 5-1 with a 6.03 ERA. Brad Keller, 1-4, 5.2 ERA. That's a 10-15 start. Bauer was never kicked out of our universe. We know about real life, but real life, it's kind of church, and we are the state. So church and state stay separated. So you're saying now's the time to try to gain ground on you, huh, Ken? Exactly. All right, that's your action around the universe. We'll check those in a moment, barring rainout, of course. Let's head to Progressive Field. Yay. The reason I say that is that happened last time we tried to go live to the game. Let me remove my massive melon. Put the melon on the thing. All right. Today we have a guest GM. Guest GMs are not the actual GM of the team, but they are members of the team. Tim Lowry, the inspiration behind the granddaddy Eddie Brown. Ed Brown will be seeing his national broadcast debut today. Hello, good morning, Pirate. Way too much Cleveland in that middle column, says Tim. We'll talk about that in a second. Let's go to Chicago first. Don't forget, we're going to do a preview of the bullpens, especially for our people who don't have access to the file. If you have Out of the Park 23 and you really want to keep up with the eMLB universe, you can use the guest account. We can get you access to the file. That is not an issue. Wind is going to be blowing out to left today on a partly cloudy afternoon, late afternoon, of course. Should be a good day and night for baseball. I believe there is no further change from this. Got your test, Tim? Again, Tim Lowry coming in as the assistant GM today. Lineup is still submitted by the actual GM, and the assistant GMs just work with it best as possible. There you go, JC. Awesome. Good morning, Scott. Jumping in on the boss battles. Let's look at the bullpens for both teams so you can make an informed decision on your betting. We'll start with Tanner Anderson. Anderson, one of several who pitched yesterday in a 17-3 thumping. So that's why Tampa has a plus 22 run differential. No, I kid. Or do I? Just a third of an inning, he walked 3 and allowed a hit. 4 runs were scored. One was earned. Anderson, thrown 32 pitches yesterday, most likely will get the day off today, but you never know. You'll notice the bullpen for Chicago looks a little thin today. Say it with me now. Joe Kelly Fight Club. Hold on. I got to do this the way that I love doing it. We got to do it in the chat. There we go. Everyone raging. Joe Kelly Fight Club. The now 38-year-old just having a birthday. Inning of work back on the 9th. Got his 4th save on the year. Unfortunately, still running with a mid-6 ERA to this point. Still keeping the walks in control. Kelly, not the dominant power pitcher that he once was, but he can still throw mid-90s. Got to expect the now 38-year-old birthday boy very likely to be seen today. Lefty Matty Crook, the Californian, last pitching 3 days ago, 2 innings of work, striking out 3 in that one. ERA 1.71 to this point for Crook. That is half the ERA it used to be. I'm half the ERA I used to have. You can tell a kid of the 90s music-wise, can't you? Trevor Lane from North Bend, Washington, 32-year-old ground ball specialist. Well, still allowing 2 home runs for every 9 innings he pitches thus far. Of course, he's only thrown 8 2/3. But that whip, 2.42, that's exactly what management thinks of that one to this point. Lane did pitch yesterday, didn't get anybody out. In fact, the last 2 times he's been out there, he hasn't gotten anyone out. Dominic Labruto. Hey, Pirate. Pirate with a boost. For those of you who do not know what you just heard, that is the sound of Pirate cashing in 1,000 balls of yarn that he has. To find out how many balls of yarn you have, use exclamation points. And for every 1,000 balls of yarn you have, you can trade them in for a boost. But if you have 5,000 balls of yarn, you can use exclamation mega, and you can summon Lion-O, the Lord of the Thundercats and cousin of the Fluffy Kitty Ninjas, to help whoop some samurai dog butt. And for the price of 5 boosts, you get an extra 6 boosts for the price of 5. Liberto, the 30-year-old, just turned from Winter Springs, Florida. First season with the White Sox, the lefty has been used regularly. 33 innings of work here so far for him in 25 appearances. His last appearance back on June 2nd. Hasn't pitched in 10 days. Inning in at third, he gave up 3 hits, but he got the victory against the Red Sox. Zhu Xiaomeng. Meng pitching yesterday. Actually, he's pitched 3 straight days. He gave up a hit, 1 earned run. There was a homer in 2/3 of an inning of work yesterday. The second-year veteran from Taiwan, now to the majors, has improved so far this year. Everything is trending in the right direction, save for the strikeouts. Meng with a sub-3 ERA to this point this year. Bruce Rendon, 35-year-old from Venezuela, now having a much better year this season. He has been all over the place. You see the trail of where he's traveled. Just you all over. We're going to call him, well, he's El Minor, but I think he's the Scarecrow from Wizard of Oz. That's just you all over. And finally, Zitong Zhao. Zhao, second year, also lefty from Taiwan, 33-year-old. He's going to turn 34 next week. Pitched in the inning yesterday, 27 pitches. Lot of arms that got used in yesterday's 17-3 game to factor in your betting decisions. Cleveland. You see the lineup, I believe no changes are needed from Sadier. Let me know if you change your mind on anything. Martin Bradford will get the start today. We've seen Bradford prior. Community Credit Player of Extreme UW, just turned 20 years old. Looks great, he says. That's good to know. Of course, he's not the only Community Credit Player recently acquired. Forrest Haytert. Please tell me I'm fine. Oh my God, Forrest, I so apologize. Sometimes I just am overwhelmed and I'm just trying to make sure I say it right. Or is it Haytert? Haytert. I will get it right, I promise you, over your career, Forrest. It is only your last name, after all. Bullpen. Elliot Ashbeck, starting off, has not pitched since the 5th. 2 innings of work, 1 hit, 1 walk. He struck out 1. Welcome, Aaron. Drake Davis, 27-year-old from Colorado, also hasn't pitched in more than a week when he went 2/3 of an inning against the Athletics. The rookie, 7 innings of work so far this year. We'll call it respectable. Thank you, Forrest, and I apologize. That's probably the 3rd time you've had to make sure I do pronunciation correctly. I will get it right. I'm going to start keeping a list. Zach Gallen from New Jersey, 30-year-old, also has not been used of late. Man, does anybody in Cleveland's bullpen actually pitch? June 4th is last time he was seen, inning and a third, giving up 2 hits, 1 earned run. Yay, I have been saying it right here. Okay. Gallen, 31 innings of work. That is not a mistake. The ERA is almost as low as his whip. 1.16 ERA to this point. A 1.1 whip. Gallen has been very reliable when called upon. Philip Hopfus, German Engineering from Bakuls. The 22-year-old we saw earlier this year, man, he has been impressive as a rookie. 4-0, 1.57 ERA, even a save to his credit. He has been feisty when he comes in there. And not to be stereotypical of Germans, but it says outright, he's outspoken and he's brash. That might explain my wife since she's part German. Dan Immortal. We hope. The 26-year-old from Sacramento. Sacramento. Sacred Mental Commish. That's what I am at this point. Dan Mortal from Sacramento, California. Last pitching on the 6th inning of work. Just allowed a walk and a hit, but did his job. Mid-4 ERA, which is a couple of runs better than his rookie debut. So Mortal heading in the right direction. That is what Cleveland wants to see. The sidearm slinger, Nick Sandlin, relegated to the bullpen. ERA just north of 6. Sacred Mental, California, used to live by there. Well, sounds like a fun place to be. 19 appearances so far this year for Sandlin. The whip is better, which means that he is getting the hits to be less frequent, but not good enough as he has lost his spot in the to the bullpen now. He has lost his spot in the rotation as there has been constant trading coming from Cleveland. Joe Suelflo, last seen a few days back on the 7th inning and a third of work, 1 walk, 1 hit, but no one scored in a 5-4 loss against against Kansas City, excuse me. ERA cut in half from his rookie appearance, down to 2.01 so far. The whip, anemic at 0.81. The Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania native has been electric when he comes out there. Scott, I am not surprised you went with the White Sox. As long as I can remember, he was a White Sox fan. I always thought, wrong color socks, sir, but... Chris Wilson, the lefty, 13 saves to his credit this year. Took a loss in his last appearance back on the 7th, allowing a homer in 2/3 of an inning of work in the 5-4 loss against the Royals. The ground ball specialist had 34 saves last season, 13 so far this year. He's on a similar pace, but his statistics, his metrics are looking more impressive. There's your bullpen situation on both sides. You see people are starting to put the bets in for today's game. Here's how the bets work if you're not familiar with it. If you can hear my voice, then you can bet in today's game, and here's what you do in the chat. Write down that you dance.
Hello everyone and Commich, happy 1 year together a part of the eMLB family.
We love having you here, Minerva. Thank you. 1 year. Appreciate it. Unbelievable. It's amazing the time that goes by sometimes. So as we were saying, if you can hear my voice, you can bet in this game. All you do, write down which team you think will win. Will it be Chicago? You can use CWS. We know what you'll mean. You can use CHW. We'll also know what you mean. Just use CLE if you want the Indians to win. Here's what you do. Write down which team you think will win and put a number. The number you see people doing is how many runs they believe the winning team will score. Not the team you pick, just how many runs the winning team will score. Here's how it works. You put a bet in before the first inning is done. Between now and that time, and you are right at the end of the game, you will win 75 balls of yarn. You can wait until the second inning to put your bet in, no problem. It just means you'll only get 50 balls of yarn if you're right at the end of the game. And then your last chance to bet today is in the third inning before the third out of the bottom of the third inning. You pick right in that time, you'll still win 25 balls of yarn. But please note, at any time, if you are wrong, you will lose 25 balls of yarn. That number, though, doesn't care who you pick. All it cares is, did you get me right? If you don't get it right, it does not hurt you at all. But if you get it right, you will win 50 bonus balls of yarn. So even if you pick the wrong team and lose 25, but you nail the number, you're still a winner on the day. Hey, you're a winner in our book. You're here. Any further questions about betting? Ask in the chat. Remember, it's just balls of yarn, not real money. Not that kind of betting on Twitch. This is for fun, but it will help you build up your player. We encourage all. Don't be shy. This is for anybody who is very interested in creating or building a player in this universe. We are a perpetual universe. We are hoping even 2 and 4 and 6 years from now, God willing, that you are still listening to my irritating voice and you are still following along on the career of your player. Today's eMLB game of the day, powered by the Out of the Park baseball engine, Out of the Park 23. To be exact, since Out of the Park 5, the eMLB universe has existed and used this engine on a variety of different universes. Today, the commish is fueled by the by eMLB. Well, I am fueled by eMLB, but I am fueled coffee-wise by Starbucks Cafe Verona, a little bit of Italian sweet cream from Coffee Mate, and of course, well, in the next cup of coffee, Bailey's Irish Cream will be in it. And of course, you're watching us live on the Fluffy Kitty Ninjas show, but we are also on YouTube, and we would really appreciate you hitting that subscribe button. Our YouTube channel has our exclusive podcast, the eMLB Insider Podcast, done by Jared Rollins and Andrew Alexander. And it also has Here's Why You're Wrong from Brendan McGuirk and Aiden Pearson. You can only find that on YouTube, as well as all the stuff that you will be watching here today. Today's starting lineup for the White Sox. White Sox having a good month of June, 6-3 coming into today's game. Eli Lamb will lead off. He's in left field, 6-game hit streak for him. He'll lead off. Adley Rutschman, the catcher, will bat second. 4-time All-Star behind the dish, batting second. Eddie Brown, the granddaddy, currently the number 5 eMLB prospect in the majors, of course. The controversial 20-year-old from Warsaw, Virginia. Of course, the big talk about him, Ed Brown over the wrecking ball, Danny D. Smith Jr. We'll talk more about that later. Nate Lewis is your DH today, and he is wrecking the ball. 5-game hit streak with 3 homers and 10 RBI. He hit 2 home runs and 7 RBI against the Rays a couple days ago on the 10th. He's got the hot streak going. He'll be the DH batting in the cleanup spot. Joey Best, who calls himself the right-handed David Ortiz. He did have 41 home runs last season, but he has really fallen off of late. Just 6 homers so far this year for Best. He has hit in 5 of his last 6 games, trending in the right direction. The 24-year-old from Curacao at first, batting 5th. Ian Happ is your right fielder today, batting 6th. He's coming in on a cold streak, 0 for 14 with 8 strikeouts in his last 4 games played. Miguel Geraldo is your shortstop today. Just had a 4-game hitting streak end. He has had a tough start to the month of June. He'll bat 7th at short. Tim Anderson on his 2nd tour of duty with these White Sox. 11-year veteran. 20 hits away from 1,000 in his career. He will bat 8th and at 2nd base today. And Maurice Hampton, the 2nd-year rookie from Arlington, Tennessee, hitting just 121 in this month of June. The opinionated loudmouth of the White Sox White Sox clubhouse, is in center field, batting 9th. Jack Carey, the 26-year-old rookie from Summit, New Jersey, former 9th-round draft pick in 2022 from Duke University, makes his 4th career start today. 0-1 with a 6 ERA. His last start was against the Tigers at Comerica Park. He went 6 innings, giving up 5 hits, 2 earned runs. He walked 1, struck out 6. He's still looking for his first career victory in the majors. For the Indians, Eric Farrell, hitting .237 in his 13 games since acquired in the Matt Wallner trade. He'll lead off in center field today. Francisco Lindor, the 32-year-old Puerto Rican, 11 hits away from 2nd all-time in Cleveland history on base hits, as he has got Tris Speaker in his sights. The 10-time All-Star, batting 2nd at short. Aaron Judge, just signing a 2-year extension to stay with the Indians. 23 home runs this year, has hits in 8 of his last 9 games, including 5 home runs. He's currently tied for 74th all-time in the majors with Dwight Evans. Don Erickson has loved life since coming to Cleveland. .266 average on the season, but a .318 clip since being traded from Milwaukee. The DH will bat 4 today. Forrest Heiter, recently acquired from Pittsburgh, hitting .333 with 4 homers and 11 RBI in his first 11 games as a member of the Tribe. The 23-year-old from San Diego will be behind the dish today, batting 5th. Bobby Gilliam has been on a tear of late. He went 3 for 3 with 2 homers, 5 RBI, and 4 runs in yesterday's game against the Rays. He'll bat 6th and playing 3rd. Brandon Dieter acquired from the Phillies. Yeah, I should give Sadier, gotta trade status. Sorry, Sean, I'm just picking on. Brandon Dieter, the 2nd baseman acquired from Philly, also loving life for 07 in 8 games as a member of the Tribe. He'll bat 7th over at 2nd. Micah Bello, recently nicknamed the Flying Hawaiian 2.0. .333 in the month of June. He's been batting in the bottom 3rd of the order, and he has really started to benefit from the recent trades as he is trending upwards. .333 this month. Extreme 10 months. Good timing as we get ready to talk about your CCP. Thank you, sir. That's a tier 3 sub. And as we said, tier 3 subs provide the biggest bang for your virtual dollar. No pay to play around here, but anybody who chooses to support, it's the least we can do. Tier 3 sub gives you 7 boost. Really appreciate your kindness in doing that. As we said, Micah Bello, now nicknamed the Flying Hawaiian 2.0 in honor of Shane Victorino. He is fast when he's out there. He's in left field, batting 8th. He's heading in the right direction with the new cast around him. Speaking of John Cotton, part of that big deal that traded Forrest Heiter, Willie Whip Sentner, and Cotton for Jordan Hicks, community created player Vincent Vega, and Julio Vidales, I believe. Cotton, just his second game as a member of the Indians today. 22-year-old from Madison, Wisconsin, is a rookie at batting ninth and at first. Martin Bradford, now 20 years old from Marshall, Wisconsin, 4-2 with a 3.31 ERA this year, 1.13 whip. He is currently the number 2 prospect in eMLB. His last start was not the way he wanted it. He was 6-5 on June 5th. Excuse me, 6-5. What am I doing? June 5th against the Royals. 3 2/3 innings. He gave up 5 hits, 5 runs, 3 were earned. He walked 3 and struck out 3. Might have been one of his shorter stints so far this season. All right, there is your matchups. Here comes me. And with that, let's get us over to Progressive Field. Welcome to Cleveland, everybody. Commish LB here with you for Sunday morning baseball. It is American League Central matchups between the White Sox and the Cleveland Indians today, here just a week before summertime as we get closer and closer to the All-Star break. White Sox come into this one 27-32 on the season, but they are 6-3 in the month of June thus far. Indians are 5-3 in the month of June, 32-27. Just switch the spots for both teams. Bradford's on a 30 pitch count, right? Yeah. Don't you wish? All right, if you're wondering what you're watching, let me first do this. Let's introduce the defensive alignment for the Indians in today's game. The flying Hawaiian Micah Bellows in left field. Eric Farrell is in center. Aaron Judge, all rise out there in left and right field, as Judge is still out there. Bobby Gilliam is at third. Francisco Lindor is your shortstop. 3-time Gold Glove winner over there. Brandon Dieter at second. John Cotton will be at first. Forrest Heitert is your catcher. Again, all ratings you see on your screen are from 1 to 20. We use a scaled 1 to 20 system. Again, that's scale, not the true editor ratings. Heitert behind the dish. On the hill, the 20-year-old from Marshall, Wisconsin, the right-handed rookie, Martin Bradford.
We would be honored if you would join us.
As a perfect timing as Vader, in perfect form, just scared the crap out of me. Trillian, thank you very much for hitting the follow. Welcome to Fluffy Kitty Ninjas. Bradford, drafted from Wisconsin Whitewater, Wisconsin, second overall selection in 2025. What a find for the Indians. 13th career start today for him. He's 4-2 with a 3.31 ERA. 68 innings of work, giving up 57 hits, 25 earned runs, has allowed 6 homers, walked 20, struck out 61 to this point. He throws hard, he keeps the ball down, throws upper 90s, will touch 100 regularly with the fastball. He'll also work a sinker into the combination while throwing the slider, curveball, and the changeup. Opponents are hitting .224 so far this season against Bradford. There's your starting matchup. Here's what you're watching. You're watching an online, live managed game from a traditional online league. I don't run a team. I'm just the commish. I'm the storyteller. I'm here to entertain you. Are you not entertained? Okay, Maximus. Anyway, 30 GMs running the teams. You guys are the community created players. 3 of them out there today. Forrest Heitert, Martin Bradford, and on the White Sox, Eddie Brown. Speaking of Eddie Brown, assistant GM and guest manager today for the White Sox is Tim Lowry. He is managing on behalf of Josh Hedges. And then for Cleveland, Sean Janik. Finally got it right, Sean. Sean Janik, a.k.a. Sadier 420, who also is keeping track of your bets in this one. They are the managers of this game, so they will be the ones influencing the results that you will be seeing. When nobody's on base, we go right to the result. When runners are aboard, we'll go to pitch by pitch so we can tell the story deeper and they can manage much more. As usual, the widgets fighting me to do their job because they just don't want a widget today. And I always have to retweak this. There we go. Alrighty. Can you see the OCD-ness? Yeah, there we go. All right. And it's still low. Arr! There. All right. Oh, it'll do. Partly cloudy skies. Wind is blowing out to left field in today's game. We'll keep all of that in mind if you haven't made a bet yet and are now putting it in. It is a weird pronunciation. Okay, but it also took a bit for you to get me to do it right. So, as long as I'm doing it right now, that's all I care about. Let's get this game underway. Second-year veteran Eli Lamb coming into the box. Lamb from Fort Lee, New Jersey. Got a 6-game hitting streak to get his average up to 320 on the year with a home run and 13 RBI. He was drafted from James Madison University, 3rd round overall back in 2022. Yes, he leads all rookies in average. Thank you for that. Time to get underway. Coffee in hand. Cheers, everybody. What's this? What's this? Anyway. 1-0 pitch coming. And dear God, I've got to change the helmet scheme. Look, it's white helmets for the White Sox. Grounded towards third. Having to hurry is Gilliam, but he's not going to risk the throw as Lamb flies down the line. No chance there. Lamb is aboard. Always a stolen base threat. 9 for 10 so far this season from Eli Lamb. Runner aboard, Adley Rutschman, the catcher, comes to the box. The switch hitter from Sherwood, Oregon, now 28 years old, checks in hitting .239 this year with 8 home runs and 27 RBI. First pitch from Bradford is just outside for ball 1. Just underway here at Progressive Field. Thank you for your attendance, whether you're here for the drops or you are here for the story. We appreciate your time. The 1-0. Going to swing on that one, taps it foul towards the left side. 1 ball, 1 strike for Rutschman. Rutsch, now the face of this franchise for the moment. 7 seasons in the majors for him. Become the ever-reliable backstop back there. He was drafted 3rd overall by the White Sox in 2019 from Oregon State. I know where he plays in real life in Baltimore. This is a sim file since the 2019 opening day. The 1-1. Swing and hits that one foul. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes. And yes, I also know it says Guardians down there, but it's still the Cleveland Indians. Bobby Witt and the Tigers. Yep. The 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3 with the curveball as he got him looking. Bradford gets one on the back door. Beautiful pitch from him as he will send Rutschman down. First strikeout on the day for him. We got one out here, top of the first. Eddie Brown will get to see the national broadcast debut of the kid known as the Granddaddy. 20-year-old from Warsaw, Virginia, enters play today hitting .259 with 5 home runs and 17 RBI. We understand Brown and Bradford know each other fairly decent. Wouldn't tell by looking at the expression of Bradford as he's on the mound, absolutely stoic as he glares in. No friendship sign here when it's enemies at the plate, apparently. First pitch from Bradford checks the swing, the appeal. They say no for ball 1. Hundreds of ladies shouting, Homer, Homer, Homer. Eddie Brown, third-round draft pick last season, picked in front of what is considered a generational prospect in the wrecking ball, Denny D. Smith Jr. Brown has some big weight on his shoulder to try to work from through his career with where he got picked. The 1-0. That one will be too far low. 100 on the gun there. 2 balls and no strikes. Brown's bombshell section being built behind third base in Chicago. Let me guess. Only a specific age, only a specific look, and only specific measurements? Wow, that's going to be interesting. You're going to get in so much trouble, Ed Brown, in your career. I just know it. We're going to be talking a lot about what has been told to be a little... you're not a... Well, good to hear. The 2-0. There's one in there. Strike 1, 2 balls and 1 strike. Who knows? I mean, dear Lord, I'm just wondering where we're going with this whole story behind Brown. But it is baseball, so, you know, we talk measurements a lot, normally in feet. 2-1 pitch. Bradford checks the runner. Cotton keeping Lamb close. The delivery. Runner's going. It's going to be swung on, hit into right field. This is going to drop down. Runner will get to third on the play as Lamb tried to read if Judge was going to get to it or not. He did not. Lamb will march over to third. We've got an early threat situation as Eddie Brown goes the other way against Bradford, gets the base hit. You'll be doing, I assume you mean a little bit of lurking by using that. There is a lurk command technically, but I assume that's what you meant, Dish, and good morning to you, sir. Got runners at first and third now. Nate Lewis has been hot of late. The 2-year veteran from Alaska, Sutton Pine, Alaska, checking in. Lewis, .251 average on the year, 17 home runs and 51 runs batted in. Hi, Sam. I sent you a Discord message reminding you to create your player. October 19th is officially the deadline for anybody who can hear my voice and was planning to create a player. October 19th is the hard deadline to get your player in this season. The next draft will not take place until the springtime. First pitch to Lewis will be a fastball low for ball 1. Lewis enters play with a 5-game hitting streak, hitting .526 with 3 home runs and 10 RBI in his last 5 games. But 2 of those homers and 7 of those RBIs were against the Rays in a 10-0 victory back on June 10th. The 1-0 pitch. That one will also miss low for ball 2. Bradford clearly working down in the zone to try to get the double play here. Brown not known much for stolen bases. He does have 1 steal to his credit this year. The 2-0 pitch. Checks the swing. They'll appeal. They say, no, he didn't go, and it was apparently too far in. Ugh. Feel like Bradford is not getting a lot of fortune here at this moment. It is a 3-ball, no strike count. We've got Joey Best waiting on deck. 3-0 pitch. It's going to miss low ball 4. He'll walk him on 4 pitches.
Just a bit outside.
Bases are going to be loaded, and here comes the guy who calls himself the right-handed David Ortiz. Joey Best from Curacao, 298 average on the year with 6 home runs and 30 RBI. Best did hit 41 home runs last season. First pitch in there, called strike 1. This season, Best 4 for 9 with a grand slam and 13 RBI. He loves the bases loaded situation to this point. 0-1. Misses outside with the slider. Ugh, almost in the same spot. Doesn't get the call there. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 pitch. Gonna be lifted into right field, going over Judge. He will make the play. Here comes the play at the plate. The throw, not in time. Lamb flies down the line. Judge with the great throw, but not in time as Heiter tried to put the tag on him. It's a 1-0 ball game. 14th RBI on the season, just in bases loaded situations. 31st overall for Joey Best. He gets the White Sox on the board. It's 1-0. Ian Happ, the right fielder, longtime Chicagoan, signed a 2-year deal late April 21st to be exact, to join the White Sox, as he was one of 2 free agents that was struggling to find a home in the offseason. Happ hitting 192 this year with 6 home runs, 17 RBI. He is 0 for his last 14 with 8 strikeouts. First pitch from Bradford. Got the outside corner. Strike 1. Yes, he's still struggling. Literally. Oh, 1 pitch. Stays outside. Too far out though. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 stays too far low as he worked the slinker. Yes, the slinker. Did I just invent a new pitch? A slider that bends down further? Wouldn't that be a knuckle curve, wouldn't it? Two, 1 from Bradford. Swing taps that one towards the right side and foul. No wonder he's so good. He throws pitches that you don't hear from. The slinker. Maybe we just created a new pitch that Bradford can call. The slinker. Oops, oops, oops. I knew I pressed the wrong button there. The 2-2. Inside, Heiter holds the pose but doesn't get the call. Ugh. Thought he had him rung up there, but it's a full count pitch. Everybody's going to be off here with 2 outs. The 3-2. Runners go. Misses outside. Second walk on the inning from Martin Bradford as he labors through this inning. It walks downstairs. A loner in pairs. No, that's not even slinky. That's log, dang it. It's big, it's heavy, it's wood. Another bases loaded situation, this time number 7 batter in the lineup, Miguel Geraldo from Santiago in Dominican Republic. 25-year-old will hit in this situation. Comes in at a 271 clip, 7 home runs, 26 RBI. He's 1 for 2 with 5 RBI this season. It's better than bad. It's good. First pitch. That one, I thought that one was good, but the slinker. Yeah, look, the slinker looked like it caught the zone. Didn't get the call, though. Ball 1. The 1-0. That one definitely too far low. 102 on the gun. Yikes. Don't let that one get you in the head. Two 0 pitch. Yes, in there. There's a slinker that caught the zone. The other one looked like more of a strike than that one, but it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Oops. The 2-1 gets a piece of that one, and he'll hit it into the stands foul. Eddie Brown is at third. Nate Lewis is at second, and Ian Happ over at first. The 2-2 pitch. Swings and hits that one right back to the screen. We'll do the 2-2 one more time. Approaching 30 pitches for Bradford in this first inning. Remember, he went just 3 2/3 against the Royals in his last outing. The 2-2 pitch. Got a piece of that one. He'll stay alive. Shift is on against Geraldo. Brandon Dieter is playing straight up behind the bag here at second. The 2-2 one more time. Gonna lift it towards right field. Aaron Judge has been busy. Plenty of time for him to pull this one in, and that will retire this side. White Sox will get a run on a sac fly from Joey Best. That'll get them 1 to start off this top of the first. Bottom of the first coming up on the eMLB Game of the Day. Here come the Tribe. Bottom of the first here on today's eMLB Game of the Day between the White Sox and the Indians. White Sox with an early 1-0 lead. Let's look at their defensive alignment in today's game. Eli Lamb will be in left field. Maurice Hampton is your center fielder, and Ian Happ is in right field. Oh, Sadier did a pirate. Go! With all love to our good friend NC Pirate, we love to hit the button when someone does what we affectionately call a pirate. And Sadier is a Pirates fan, yes. So Eddie Brown is over at third. Geraldo is your shortstop. Tim Anderson is at second, and Joey Best is at first. Allie Rutschman behind the dish. On the hill for the White Sox is the 26-year-old right-hander from Summit, New Jersey. Just his 4th career appearance in the majors all this year. It is Jack Carey. Carey, again, 4th appearance of his career. He's 0-1 with a 6 ERA. 15 innings of work to this point, giving up 19 hits, 10 earned runs. He has walked just 3 and struck out 11. Opponents are hitting .297 against him to this point. Throws the fastball in the mid-90s, complements that with a curveball and a changeup. His former 9th round draft pick back in 2022 from Duke University. He's ready to go. That'll get our first member of Cleveland into the box. It's Eric Farrell. Farrell recently acquired in the Matt Wallner trade from San Diego. Comes in, he is hitting .260 on the year with no home runs and 8 RBI. Since joining the Tribe, he's hitting just .237 with Cleveland. No one's on, so pitch by pitch is off. Instructions from our GMs are in. Here comes the 0-1 pitch from Jack Carey as I fight through the hiccups. Gonna be lifted to right field, coming in. Sliding is Ian Happ, and he's gonna make a beautiful sliding catch. We love it. We love it so much, we think it's pretty sexy, don't you think? eMLB sexy play of the day, Ian Happ. Nice work out there from the 31-year-old to get Eric Farrell out. One out now, and here comes switch hitting Puerto Rican Francisco Lindor. Lindor, now 32 years old, comes in hitting .272 on the year, 12 homers, 36 RBI. As mentioned at the top of the show, the 10-time All-Star is 11 hits away from being second all-time in Cleveland history in total hits. He's trying to pass Tris Speaker. 2-1 pitch to Lindor. He'll slap that towards third. The granddaddy has it. He'll fire over to first to retire Lindor for the second out. 2 outs now. All rise. Aaron Judge, who just signed a 2-year extension to stay in Cleveland, he has found a home here. .270 average on the year, 23 home runs, 43 RBI. He's been shooting up the ranks just this year alone, now tied 74th all-time in Major League history with the great Dwight Evans. 385 career home runs for Judge. Shift is on. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Boy, he went chasing after one in the dirt. That one was not a pretty swing. Jack Carey will get a 1-2-3 inning and 1 strikeout to his credit. 1 inning in the books. That means we're now officially in the second inning. If you haven't done so yet, you can put your bet in. All you have to do in chat, write down which team you think wins and include a number. How many runs will the winning team score? Clips are being a butt right now. Oh, wonderful. Do you know if the clip is made or if Twitch, everybody's at TwitchCon and so Twitch just doesn't want to Twitch? That's probably more likely. Top of the second we go. Martin Bradford looking for a much cleaner inning than the 30 pitches he threw in the first. We'll start with number 8 hitter Tim Anderson. Anderson, 11-year veteran from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Second tour of duty as a member of the White Sox for him. He's hitting .296 on the year with no homers and 8 RBI. .0-2 pitch from Bradford. Called strike 3, the Slinker. The Slinker gets the job done.
Hey, swing,
Second strikeout on the day for Martin Bradford. We got 1 out here in the top of the second as number 9 hitter Maurice Hampton. I can say Hampton, can I? The Tennessee native, second-year rookie. Just a 121 average in the month of June. Has him down to 210 on the year with 4 homers and 20 RBI. Hey, Tim, just for record, when we're in one pitch mode, when no one's on base, we don't do the take command just so that it doesn't really stretch out games. Just FYI. 0-2 pitch. Gonna lift it to right field. Aaron Judge has been a busy boy out there today. He'll pull that one in for the second out. That's the 4th opportunity for Judge here already. And we're only in the top of the second. 2 outs now. Back to the top of the order. Eli Lamb had an infield single on the left side. And he scored afterwards. It's 1-0 game here, top second. Lamb has extended his hitting streak now 7 games for him. The 2-1 pitch. Slaps it down to first base side. Well played over there by John Cotton. He'll run to first, beating Lamb in time for the final out. 1-2-3 inning for Martin Bradford. Much better showing here. We'll go bottom of the second. 1-0 White Sox. Bottom of the second. Bradford gonna Bradford, right? That he will. Bottom of the second here at Progressive Field. eMLB game of the day still going on. 4, 5, 6 hitters due up for the Tribe. We'll start with Don Erickson. Erickson, second year from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The 25-year-old is hitting .266 on the year, 15 homers and 40 RBI. Since joining the Indians, he has been electric. .318 average, 12 home runs. That's just in 26 games with the Tribe. 3-1 pitch to left field against the shift, moving over, going after it, and apparently making the catch with a terrible camera angle. We will apologize. It's Eli Lamb, but he'll make the catch in the corner to retire Erickson for the first out. With one out now, Forrest Heitert comes in. Heitert acquired in the trade we talked about earlier for John Cotton, along with Willie Whip Setner. Heitert hitting .318 on the year with 8 home runs and 27 RBI. The 1-1 pitch. Grounded towards third. Eddie Brown has it. He'll throw it over to first for the second out. It says just nipped him. Didn't look like a nip. 2 outs now. Bobby Gilliam will come up. Gilliam, 3 for 3 with 2 homers and 5 RBI in yesterday's game against the Rockies in a 17-3 victory. He's now hitting .270 on the season with 8 home runs and 20 RBI. Hey, Tranquil. I see your bet. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. That looked like a fastball. It was a fastball coming from Jack Carey.
Fatality.
Second strikeout on the day for him. 1, 2, 3. Go the Indians here in 2 straight innings. We go to the third, which means it's now last call for bets today. If you can hear my voice, and especially if you want to create a player in this universe, now is the time to put a bet in on today's game. Remember, you're not betting real money. We're not like that. We're here for balls of yarn. Balls of yarn allow you to build your player. Top of the third, Martin Bradford. Much better inning, just 10 pitches in the second. He'll face Adley Rutschman, Eddie Brown, and Nate Lewis due up. Rutschman struck out looking in his first at bat. 2-1 pitch. Lifted towards right, but right in the direction of Brandon Dater, who was well positioned on the shift. He will make the catch. Good work from him there. 1 out. Eddie Brown will come up. Brown had a base hit as well into right field. He's 1 for 1. The 1-1 pitch. Over to second. Easily positioned for Brandon Dieter. He'll make the throw over to first. 2 outs created by Dieter, who's now busy in this inning. Whole right side seems to be busy. Must be hard keeping up, or mostly positioning for heavy heat, that when you get an off speed, you're like, oh my goodness, I can swing. That's what I assume goes on in someone's head. Nate Lewis is your batter. Lewis took a walk in his first appearance. 0-2 pitch. Swing and miss. The Slinka does the job and gets him out. Third strikeout on the day for Martin Bradford. Side is retired. We go to the bottom of the third. 1-0 Cleveland, or excuse me, 1-0 Chicago. Final reminder before Cleveland makes their third out in this inning. If you want to put a bet in, get it in now. Speak now or forever hold thy peace, at least until the next show. The slinker is real and it is spectacular. At least that's our story and we're sticking to it. Brendan Dieter will start us off bottom of the third, bottom of the order, due up here against Jack Carey. Carey, fourth career appearance for him in the majors. Brendan Dieter coming over from Philly recently. Involved in a trade that included in exchange for Smitty Lyon, Steve Wilkinson, Sergio Maldonado, and Dan Lipsky. Dieter hitting .293 on the season with 6 homers, 24 RBI. He's got a .407 average since joining the Indians. I know, right? He made a trade? No, he made a lot of trades. The 1-2 to Dieter. Called strike 3. Adley Rutschman might have helped a little bit there, but too bad, so sad. Have a seat, Brandon Dieter. Third strikeout on the day now for Jack Carey. We got to get those caught lookings out there. We got to get them K cards put to use here. Carey is cruising to start us off. 1 out now. Here comes the Flying Hawaiian 2.0. Yes, Micah Bello, the 25-year-old from Hilo, Hawaii. .271 average on the year with 3 homers and 13 RBI. Bello has been really doing well with all these acquisitions as he's just got better talent around him. 3-2 pitch. Hilo? Is it Hilo? Seriously? Hilo, Hawaii? Thank you. You can tell I've never been to Hawaii. Yet. I haven't even been to California. Yet. Thank you for the correction. The Hawaiian is over at first. We'll see if he flies. 10 steals on the year, just caught once to this point. John Cotton, 22-year-old, recently acquired. Again, also in that big deal with Forrest Heitert and Whip Zentner. The Madison, Wisconsin native hitting .220 on the year with 2 homers and 6 RBI. First pitch from Carey. Going to be at the knees. Strike 1. Cotton was a very big name in the 1.0 universe. He was drafted 7th overall in 2025 out of Minnesota, them Golden Gophers. But yet he has been traded 3 times now, as he was originally drafted by Cincinnati, traded to Pittsburgh in February of this year, and then traded literally, exactly 3 months later, he got traded to Cleveland. 0-1 pitch going to be swung on and hit foul. I saw your instruction, Tim. I read it wrong, but it is a wash. 1 ball, 1 strike with Bello over at first. I said 1-1. It's no balls and 2 strikes. All together now.
You idiot.
Yes. The 0-2. Carey throws outside as a pitch out was called by Rutschman, but Bello just goes and steps back on first. 1 ball, 2 strike count. The 1-2 pitch. Too far inside. Just a little bit of a dance back by Cotton as he moves his feet back to avoid the hit by pitch. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Cotton swings over the curveball and he'll go down swinging.
I cannot hit curveball. Straight ball, I hit it very much. Curveball, that's our friend.
Bats have been afraid so far today. 4 strikeouts on his first trip around the lineup for Jack Carey. We've got 2 outs now, bottom of the third. Back to the top of the order we go. Eric Farrell will be your batter. He is 0 for 1. First pitch to Farrell is going to miss low for ball 1. Farrell last season in AAA Charlotte was 9-7, but he only had 14 starts in 36 total appearances, 135 strikeouts, and 142 innings of work. Looking back at prior seasons, he's never struck out more than a batter an inning. So he might be having a nice, comfortable start on being unknown here in the majors. The 1-0 pitch. This one comes too far in. Bello might have been thinking about going, but he put a late change of mind on that one. Goes back. It's 2 balls and no strikes. The 2-0. In there, called outside corner, strike 1. Two 1 pitch, quick check on Bello, who gets back in. Bello 10 steals on the season for him. The 2-1. Swings late on the curveball. Got completely fooled by that one. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch. Goes outside, too far away. Full count pitch, 2 outs. Bello will be off on the pitch. The 3-2 runner goes. Grounded towards third. Deep around shortstop, though. Eddie Brown has to make the throw and will get there in time. Brown playing more shortstop on the shift in that instance. Gets the job done. Side will be retired. Indians will leave a runner aboard. 3 innings in the books. No more bets. Your bets are in. Good luck to you all. Let's go to the 4th inning as the White Sox will face Martin Bradford again with a 1-0 lead. Joey Best, Ian Happ, Miguel Geraldo are your scheduled batters. 2-1 pitch to Best. Goes to right field, right in the direction of Aaron Judge. Busy boy today. Judge makes the catch on the liner. 1 out. Ian Happ, your batter now. Happ took a walk in his first appearance. 1 of 2 issued by Bradford today. 0-2 pitch. Lifted towards left center field, but right in the direction of Bello. He'll make the catch for the 2nd out. Good positioning by the defense there to read Happ. 2 quick outs now. Miguel Geraldo will be the batter. Geraldo for 1. 2-0 pitch. To center. Moving over, still moving. That one's going to get away. Might have been wind affected.
Emergency.
Excuse me one sec, guys. Let me make sure everything's okay. Coming back live. Sorry about that. The wife is downstairs cooking. And she's getting ready to do a slow cooker. And so she set off the alarm. At least we know the new alarm system works just fine, which is great. Except when it scares the bejesus out of the kids, which it did. And I go downstairs and the first words out of my wife's mouth is, "I was just braising the meat."
That's what she said.
Yeah, who put foil in the microwave? Yeah, that's probably a fair question as well, too. Who put foil in the microwave? No. So, the wife is making brisket tonight, and yeah, so she was braising the meat. Braising the meat is exactly how she put it.
That's what she said.
On we go. We got baseball to do after all here. So, got thrown off by everything. What in the world happened? Sorry, I got thrown off. What the hell happened? A flat out the judge. Hit the center. That's right. It got over the head in center field of Eric Farrell. Geraldo ends up getting to second on the play. The misjudge due to the wind will get the 13th double on the year for Geraldo. Now we're finally all back and functional again. All right. Third hit on the day for the White Sox. We've got a 2-out runner at second. Tim Anderson comes to the dish 0 for 1 today. It's fun to sit here and watch as a fan, and yes, Grandpa's restaurant is packed with Bradford fans. Surprisingly, there are a few White Sox fans present, all female for some reason. I have no clue why. First pitch goes right after it, and he'll foul it straight back and out of play. No balls, 1 strike. As we mentioned, Anderson is in his second tour of duty here with the White Sox. He did have a brief spell in Colorado. Also spent a season and a half in Toronto. Oh, 1 to Tim. Too far low with the slinker. 1-1. And I'm going to start saying that now going forward in New England accent. With the slinker. The 1-1. Swing and hits that one foul. That one will be out of play as Cotton gave it a look, but nothing doing. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Because they're having a baby shower. Yes. I think after this inning, after the 4th is when I will go take one more this is the planned break. The last one was totally unplanned. The 1-2. Ooh, just outside apparently. Didn't miss by much. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Very tight strike zone here in today's broadcast. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Martin Bradford gets the sinker down in there, gets it by Anderson. Cy will be retired. They'll leave a runner in scoring position. 3.5 done here in Cleveland. 1-0 White Sox. Jack Carey back to the hill for his 4th inning of work. Got Francisco Lindor, Aaron Judge, Don Erickson due up. We'll start with Lindor, who's 0 for 1. pitch by pitch off. First pitch from Carey, gonna be lifted into left field. There we go, first base hit for the Indians today. As Lindor gets it done, one step closer to Tris Speaker with that hit. Now 10 away. Aaron Judge will come to the plate. He's 0 for 1. First pitch. That one catches the inside corner. Strike one. Oh, 1 pitch from Carey. Tries to stay low, but he'll miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Defensive lineman Tim Anderson loves that shortstop spot so much. He's treating him playing very close up the middle on the shortstop side. The 1-1. Watched all the way, called strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Aaron Judge. Yeah, hold on a sec. I gotta move something here. There we go. 1-2 pitch. Goes right after that one, fouls it away. Count remains 1-2. Judge again has really found a groove here in Cleveland. Already signed a 2-year extension. The 1-2 pitch. Misses just low. Almost had him. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 from Carey. Swing and a miss. Took some off on that one, and he will get him.
Next.
5 strikeouts on the day for Jack Carey, who's bringing it. We've got the first out, bottom of the 4th. Another big power threat, and Don Erickson comes up. Erickson today 0 for 1. The pitch. Goes after that one and hits it on a line, but foul. The 0-1 pitch. Right down the middle, called strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2 from Carey. Misses low, ball 1. 1-2. One, 2 pitch to left field. Moving over, making the play, Eli Lamb. Good range, good read from Lamb to get the out. 2 outs. Well struck off the bat of Erickson, but an atom ball. Two outs, bottom of the 4th. Forrest Heitert comes to the dish. Today he's 0 for 1. First pitch goes right after it, swings right over the 94-mile-an-hour fastball. 0-1. One delivery over to second. Easy play there for Anderson. He'll throw to first, and the side will be retired. Indians will finally get on the board for their first hit, but that is all they will get. We'll step away, take our one planned break for the day. Hopefully no more unplanned breaks. My wife will stop braising the meat.
That's what she said.
Indeed. We'll be right back. Coffee with the Commish Sunday. We'll continue in a moment. We'll check the out-of-town scoreboard when we return. Back live. Sunday morning coffee with the Commish. Coffee is reloaded. The Baileys has been added. Yum, yum, yum. Commish will be with you before we get back to today's games. Let's look at the out-of-town scoreboard before we return to Progressive Field. Bottom second at Tropicana. The Rays are off to an early 1-0 lead. Jimmy Mayhall has hit his 19th home run on the year to get him started out there. Excuse me one sec. Just responding to the misses. Top of the fourth, Washington leading 3-0 against the Rangers. Jose Anthony, community creative player of NC Pirate, gets his 6th home run on the year. No score, bottom of the second, between the Orioles and the Yankees. Also, bottom of the first at Minute Maid Park, 1-0 early lead for the Astros against the Angels in a big matchup of the top two teams in the majors. You don't have coffee? Get to work with that, Jeff. We'll see you when you come back with your coffee there. No wonder why he's trailing 1-0. No, he's pitching fine. All right, only one game on the docket. That's a final. The Tigers defeating the Red Sox 11-1 at a game where the Tigers were the home team at Fenway Park due to a rainout. The Tigers win 11-1. Michael Moore gets the victory. Luis Levan Soto and Kyber Ruiz with home runs. Oh, sorry, we had another game that was a final. I forgot we had another afternoon game. Cubs defeating the Rockies 11-4. Danny White, Brandon Rogers go deep. Brandon Rogers with 10 home runs on the year. Pretty impressive for him, as there was questions on his power away from Coors. All right, back live. It's top of the fifth, which means it's time for Journey of the Starters, brought to you by My Java with the appropriate October mug. It is Starbucks Cafe Verona, Italian sweet cream from Coffee Mate, and of course we've got the nice little dose of Bailey's Irish Cream in there. Martin Bradford, 4 innings of work. He had a tough first inning through 30 pitches in that first. Since then, 4 innings of work, 3 hits, 1 earned run. He's walked 2, struck out 4, thrown 65 pitches to this point. Top of the fifth, we go. Maurice Hampton will start us off. Eli Lamb and Adley Rutschman to follow. No one's on. Turn that off. Get to the result. 0-1 for the 0-1 Hampton. He'll hit it right up front of the mound, and this one's going to have to be hurry. Highturf makes the play. Throw to first. Not in time. Hampton's speed going to make the difference there. Maybe the fastest runner on this roster. Hampton gets aboard. Infield single gets the job done there. Again, Hampton hitting just 121 in the month of June before today's game. Hampton is at first. Eli Lamb is your batter. He's on 1 for 2 today. First pitch is a sinker, inside corner, called strike 1. Hampton, 9 stolen bases this year in 11 attempts. Tell you, when you add Bailey's to your favorite coffee and you can just smell that aroma, it's a good day. 0-1 pitch. Runners going. It's swung on and hit foul. Might have been a hit and run attempt as far as we can tell. But Hampton will have to head back to first. Looked like he would have had the stolen base. But it's no balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2. Misses outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2. Towards second. Going to have to hurry for 1 over to first in time for the double play. What a impressive double play in that one.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Brandon Dieter had to hurry. He had 2 of the fastest guys on the roster on the base paths. Throws it to second. Lindor with the hard rocket over to first. That was pretty well done. That will retire this, now the first 2 batters. 2 outs now for Adley Rutschman. He's 0 for 2 today. Hey, Nick. Let me add your +3. As he cashes in some hairballs. Congratulations to you. Working on his player for the draft. There he is. I should have remembered that. My apologies. Yep, trying to work up the draft list. Captain Canuck, Ryan McGuire is NJ Charman's player. The 1-2 pitch. Goes away, called strike 3 as he will send him down for the 2nd time today.
Emotional damage.
5 strikeouts now for Martin Bradford. Side is retired. He is looking good since that tough first inning. Bottom of the 5th we go. We're now halfway through this ball game, and the Indians trail 1-0. Don't forget, for my GMs, my managers specifically, we are at that point in the game where I'm going to kindly ask you to just make sure I know when you're batting, what's your plan for the next inning pitch-wise, and remember, immersion. Tell me the story on who's getting ready. Bottom of the 5th, Journey of the Starters one more time, brought to you by my Starbucks coffee I'm having here at home with some Bailey's Irish Cream. Yum, yum, yum. Let's see if Bailey's will ever sponsor us. Who knows? Jack Carey, 4 innings of work, just the 1 hit he gave up last inning. No earned runs. He's walked just 1 and struck out 5. 60 pitches to this point for the Jack Carey, the Summit, New Jersey 26-year-old rookie who is looking to match Bradford pound for pound here. Bradford in a hurry to get back to Grandpa's bar. I don't think so yet. In the first inning, I might have agreed with you, but since then, he's like, nope. Bobby Gilliam, Brandon Dieter, Micah Bello, scheduled up here for Cleveland. Starting with Gilliam, who is 0 for 1. With an 0-2 count. Towards right center field. Moving over with a couple guys in the neighborhood. I like hitting that button once in a while. Maurice Hampton calls for it, makes the play with Ian Happ right in the neighborhood. That will be your first out, bottom of the 5th. Brandon Dieter will now come to the dish. He is 0 for 1 today. Nobody bet it is. I gotta meet those female Sox fans there. Oh my goodness. We're gonna have to start having an Ed Brown paternity check. We're gonna have to set an over the career of Ed Brown. Over or under on how many possible kids Ed has in his future. I'm just giving you a hard time. It's fun to tell the story. The 2-2 pitch. Grounded over to third. Ed Brown has it. Rocket over to first in time for the second out. 2 outs now. Micah Bello, the flying Hawaiian, comes in. He took a walk in his first appearance. The 2-2. Called. Strike 3. He got him.
Where's the kaboom? There was supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom.
No kabooms here. That's 6 strikeouts now for Jack Carey. Looking pretty good. 5 innings in the books. What a pitcher's contest we have here. Chicago leads 1-0. Is Ed Brown the quagmire of the group? Oh my God. Hold on. All right. Since he's up, top of the 6th we go. Martin Bradford still on the hill. Ed Brown comes into his theme song.
Giggity, giggity, giggity.
1 for 2 today for the granddaddy. The 1-0 pitch. Well struck to left center field. This one is going way back, and this is way out of here. Absolute cannon from the granddaddy Eddie Brown, as that one was just right in his wheelhouse, and he crushes it. 6th home run on the year for him, and the White Sox extend the lead. It's 2-0. That deserves that one more time, right? Hold on. I'm sure I have better than that. Yeah, that sounds like the homework sound effect. The home run sound effect for the future. Eddie Brown gets his 6th. 2-0 now. Nate Lewis will now be the batter. Lewis 0 for 1. He took a walk earlier. Three, 2 pitch. Inside, ball 4. Yawning altruistic dugong. Gotta hit the button just because that was inside the clip link. Dear Lord. We're going off the rails here. 3rd walk on the day issued from Bradford. Joey Best will now be the batter with Nate Lewis over at first. He just tucked his head and rounded the bases, did not show up Bradford. All right, yes, because that would not be fun later. First pitch checks the swing. They'll appeal. They say he didn't go. It's 1-0. One 1-0 delivery fired right in there. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Grounded towards the first base side, but that will be foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes here. Runner at first. 1 run in here. Top of the 6th. True, Tim. True. The 1-2. Well struck towards left center field. This one is just as far back, and it is gone.
Yeah, get up there and wham! A home
Joey Best had 41 home runs last season. He had not been hitting them hard, but this one absolutely crushed. 7th home run on the year for him, and it's now 4-0 White Sox. Apparently, I missed the memo. I missed the memo that there was a pitcher in the bullpen because Sadier didn't post that. Everyone poke fun at Sadier.
If you would join us.
Poke fun at Sadier since he did not provide your immersion. Zach Gallen's going to be coming in. That is going to be the day for Martin Bradford after a couple home runs here in the inning. Olive oil and garlic. Well, that's different. Thank you for hitting the follow button. Almost got into a Popeye moment. Oh my gosh. Zach Gallen, the righty, 30-year-old from Gibbsboro, New Jersey, coming in. 5+ innings for Bradford, but a couple home runs from the middle of the order will do him in and call it a day. Gallen makes his 19th appearance on the year. No record, 1.16 ERA. 31 innings of work, giving up 23 hits, just 4 runs. Only allowed 1 homer to this point. He's walked 11, struck out 25. 4-pitch pitcher throws the fastball. Mid-90s, also complements that with a cutter, curveball, and a changeup. 8th season in the majors now for Gallen. Ian Happ will be the first to face him. These two have a little history together. 2 for 10 so far today. What's all this about sweet potatoes? Sorry, I have pitch by pitch still on. Sorry about that. It'll be a 1-1 to Hap. This one is hit towards right field, pretty well struck, but not going to be the distance as Aaron Judge will make the catch near the warning track for the out. The old face gens. Oh, look at Zach Gallen like, Does that mean Zach Gallen has like horse teeth? I don't know. 1 out now. Miguel Geraldo will be the batter. He's 1 for 2 today. 2-2 pitch. Called strike 3 on the inner half. He got him.
Fatality.
That'll be the first strikeout on the day for Zach Gallen. 2 outs now, top of the 6th. Tim Anderson comes to the plate. 0 for 2 to
"25 months with the best OOTP league around. Keep up the great work, sir."
Thank you for that, Andrew. 25 months. Wow. We keep just amazed on how long we've been doing this now that we finally found our groove here. Appreciate that. And again, much apologies for the end of what was a memorable season for you guys. Again, Yachty, Pujols, Wainwright. It's a good story. Unfortunately, it is over, but we appreciate you still being here and coming in and saying hello. 2 outs now. Tim Anderson is 0 for 2 today. That's true. You did see their last game in person. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Gets him to go outside the zone for the call. Strike 3. 3 runs. A couple home runs. Eddie Brown's 6th. Joey Best 7th. That sends Martin Bradford out for the day. We'll go bottom of the 6th now with White Sox leading 4-0. Jack Carey back on the hill. 6 strikeouts on the day for the rookie. I see action starting to loosen up in the White Sox bullpen. Dominic Labruto is starting to loosen up. Bottom of the 6th we go. John Cotton, Eric Farrell, Francisco Lindor due up. The 1-1 pitch from Carey. Back towards the mound, left side. He's going to have to hurry. Carey hard throw to first, and he will retire Cotton for the first out. Yes, I know Cardinal fan is also feeling sad as well too. On the Mariners train the rest of the postseason now. Eric Farrell will be the batter. Farrell today is 0 for 2. See, Cleveland has activity in their bullpen. Dan Mortal as well as Elliot Ashbeck starting to loosen up. 2-0 pitch to Farrell. To center field, well struck. That'll get down for a base hit. Extreme, thank you for the gifted sub, giving it to fellow teammate Forrest Heitert. As he gets the gifted sub, Forrest will get a mini boost for that, and of course, you will get the credit for gifting the sub. Thank you very much for doing that, Jeff. Appreciate it as always. Farrell is aboard, just the second hit on the day. Francisco Lindor has the other one. He's 1 for 2 here. First pitch comes inside, way inside for ball 1. The 1-0. That's going to be at the knee. Strike 1, 1 ball, and 1 strike. The 1-1. That one's away. Runner is going. The throw towards second. Not going to be in time. Eric Farrell, stolen base.
Meep, meep.
6th steal on the season for Farrell. Gets himself in scoring position. We got a runner at second now. 1 out. 2-1 count to Lindor. The pitch. In there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch. Swinging bunt towards the front. Rutschman's got to hurry. Rockets over to first in time to retire Lindor. Farrell realizes that was going to give him the start. He sprints over to third. We've now got a runner at third. We got 2 outs. We got Aaron Judge scheduled up. Judge today, 0 for 2. First pitch goes right after it and chops the curveball foul. No balls and 1 strike. Got 3 infielders on the left side here. With apologies to my eMLB inside partner, still beaming after yesterday's baseball results, and Andrew just says, please just let me be. This is for not just Andrew, but this is for all of you who've seen your teams take a real-life postseason exit.
Emotional damage.
Understandably so. Can I help you build your account? Any of us can help you build, Sam. Just go to the Create a Player section. There's a Create a Player template. Let's see if I can tag you. I'm pretty sure you're still in our Discord. Yes. Hopefully that works, and hopefully we're good to do that. But for the moment, I got to focus on today's game. Well, that I understand, especially in your case, Andrew, as well as Cardinals. Some legends in Cardinals memory are gone. 0-1 pitch from Carey is going to be missed outside. 1-1. The 1-1 goes after that one, and Judge will foul it away towards the left side and out of play. Count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Carey's thrown a curveball, fastball, changeup here against Judge to this point and stayed inside to jam him on his power thus far. The 1-2. In the dirt, great block by Rutschman to keep Farrell over at third. It's a 2 ball, 2 strike count. The 2-2 pitch to third, deep in the hole, over at short. Hard throw from Geraldo will get there in time, and that will retire the side. Indians will get another hit, but they'll leave a runner at third. White Sox, behind Jack Carey in his 4th career start, have shut down Cleveland thus far. It's 4-0. All right, Zach Allen stays in to start the inning. Still have Elliot Ashbeck and Dan Mortal warming up in the pens. 7th inning, we go. We allowed to retire numbers in eMLB? Yeah, technically, yeah. I would prefer that be covered with me first before doing it otherwise, just because, you know, we're a perpetual universe, so it's ongoing. We want to make sure that we are being fair with it. Yes, you were allowed to retire Vottos. I couldn't argue with that one. You know what? Technically, Hedges didn't find Jack Carey. Jack Carey was found by our first GM in 2022 by Terry, who his community created player, Terry Lagunas, his grandson, Jacob. Well, never mind. Terry found him as a 9th round draft pick. All right, here we go. Gallen against Hampton. Hampton 1 for 2 today. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Eats him up on the inside with the strikeout. 3rd strikeout now for Zach Gallen. Excuse me. 1 out now. Top of the order. Eli Lamb 1 for 3 today. Seeing in the dugout that Jack Carey is getting handshakes all around. Looks like his day is done as we see Dominic Labruto starting to ramp it up even more for the warm-ups. Starting to see Joe Kelly get loose in the bullpen as well. Joe Kelly Fight Club. Pitch to Lamb. up the middle. Good positioning over from Brandon Dieter to his right. Throws over to first in time to retire Lamb for the second out. 2 outs now. Adley Rutschman, quiet day for him, 0 for 3. He is 3 for 5 lifetime against Gallen. The 0-1 pitch with the shift on. Rolls it right into the shift. Cotton grabs the ball, looks down, steps on the bag. Side will be retired. And that will get us to the 7th inning stretch.
I was born to love you. I was born to lick your face. I was born to rub you. But you were born to rub me first.
7th inning stretch here on Coffee with the Commish. Fluffy Kitty Ninja Show and eMLB Baseball. It's been the White Sox 4-0. The dominant story on this game has to be we came into this one expecting a master performance, particularly from Martin Bradford. He looked good for a few innings after a shaky start, but a couple of home runs in the 6th have him exiting the game after 5+. It's been Jack Carey in his 4th career appearance. The 26-year-old from Summit, New Jersey, has pitched 6 scoreless innings, and it looks like his day is over. Dominic Labruto will come in after 91 pitches from Jack Carey. Got the job done. The left-hander Labruto, 30-year-old from Winter Springs, Florida. 26th appearance on the year for him. 3-5 with a 4.91 ERA. 33 innings of work, giving up 34 hits, 18 earned runs, while allowing 3 home runs. He's walked 8 and struck out 29 on the season. Throws low 90s with the fastball, also works a curveball and a changeup in there. 2nd-year veteran Labruto originally played with Pittsburgh. He was drafted by the Red Sox 18th round back in 2017 from Florida International University. Labruto ready to go. He'll start with Don Erickson, followed by Forrest Heitert and Bobby Gilliam. Erickson will start us off. Erickson today 0 for 2. The 1-2 pitch. Shift is on against Erickson on the right side. Swing and a miss. Absolute crickets on that swing from Erickson as he misses the 91-mile-an-hour fastball. First strikeout on the day for Labruto. 1 out, bottom of the 7th. Forrest Heitert will be your batter. Heitert today is 0 for 2. This is the question mark. The bullpen is 12th best in the American League. So bottom 5 in the American League for bullpen. Can they get the job done here? The 1-0 pitch to left field. Wind has it a little bit, but still plenty of room for Eli Lamb to make the catch for the second out. It's Blues hockey time. Yes, hockey starting real soon. Can't wait. We've got 2 outs now. Bobby Gilliam is your batter. The lefty is 0 for 2 today. Oh, time being called by Cleveland. In case they need a look at the situation, let me remove myself since I know my head is in the way. Gonna have a pinch hitter. It's gonna be the catcher, Juan Thomas. Thomas comes in for Gilliam. Thomas, the 27-year-old from Ashland, Kentucky. .213 average on the year, 1 home run, 7 RBI. The backup catcher comes in for the third baseman, which leads us to think Forrest Heiter might be going over to third. The 2-2 pitch to Thomas. To center. Going back. Plenty of room. Maurice Hampton gets there. 1, 2, 3 inning for Dominic Labruto to retire the side in the 7th. Heading to the 8th inning. The White Sox are in command. It's a 4-0 lead. All right, as expected, Thomas comes in. He will be the catcher. Forrest Heiter stays in the game, slides over to third. Bobby Gilliam is out of the game. Gallen still stays in here. 2 innings of work thus far for him. He will head into the 8th inning with the middle of the order. Ed Brown, Nate Lewis, Joey Best scheduled up. Brown, 2 for 3 today. He had a solo shot to left center field. That's his 6th home run on the year. Oh-1 pitch to the granddaddy. Look out! I don't know if they didn't like that home run or not. He didn't do any showmanship out there, but the 0-1 fastball will get him. And no, he did not call for that. Brown will get aboard. Nobody out. Nate Lewis, your batter. 0 for 1 today. First pitch. That one is going to bounce in the dirt and get away. Gotta think that is going to be a wild pitch. Charge to Gallen. Yep, that's a wild pitch. The 1-0. Swings right through that one. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Oh, that's right. You can't. It's far from beautiful. But here I am. Must have been Daffy. A 1-1. Misses low, 2 balls and 1 strike. The 2-1 pitch from Gallen into center field. This one is going to get down. Stopping at third, apparently not knowing if the ball was going to get down or not, is Brown. They'll play it safe. We got runners at first and third now with nobody out. Joey Best hit a 2-run shot in his last at bat. He's 1 for 2 today with 3 RBI. That is going to be the day for Gallen. Might have gone a little too long. Elliot Ashbeck will be the third pitcher on the day now for the Tribe. Ashbeck, 32-year-old from Marshfield, Wisconsin. 15th appearance on the year. No record with a 4.34 ERA. 18 2/3 innings of work. He's given up 21 hits, 9 earned runs, 1 by homer. He's walked 4. Struck out 8 this season. Ashbeck in his 7th season in the majors, 6 of those with Cleveland. He is a 16th round draft pick by the San Diego Padres back in 2015 out of Bradley University. Throws the low 90s fastball. Traditional 4-pitch pitcher. Fastball, slider, curveball, and the changeup. First pitch is looking like it was in there. Maybe. Yep, it's in there. Strike 1. Ed Brown is your runner at third. Nate Lewis is at first. White Sox trying to add to their 4-0 lead. The 0-1. Swing hits that one foul and out of play. It's a no ball, 2-strike count.
Excuse me.
The 0-2. Ooh, slider tries to get into chase after it did and missed by much, according to eMLB Sportsnet K-Zone. It's a 1-2 count. The 1-2. Ooh, where was that? Oh, thought that was strike 3. It's 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. Grounded to third. Over to second for 1. That is all they're going to be able to get, as Dieter had to jump over the runner. Good breakup there by Nate Lewis. Best gets aboard at first by way of the fielder's choice. He will get an RBI. It's his 4th RBI on the day. 34 now on the season for him. And it's now 5-0. Ian Happ is your batter. Happ is 0 for 2. He'll watch one low and away. Ball 1. Shift is on. Lindor playing just to the second base side of the bag. Oops. 1-0 pitch. Lined into center. Base hit. I only noticed your request afterwards, Tim, but it worked. As he gets a base hit, Best will stop at second. Happ gets his first hit on the day. 8 hits now for the White Sox. Miguel Geraldo's 1 for 3 today. Thanks for stopping by, Extreme. Have fun watching the game. Enjoy your day. Appreciate you stopping in and getting to see Martin Bradford pitch. First pitch is going to miss outside. Ball 1. Had several games in the last week, or in the last week or two, where we've had at least 3 players that are community created players that we were watching. The 1-0. Swing fouls that one off. It'll be 1-1. If not mentioned earlier, Chris Wilson loosened up earlier on, so he is also in the bullpen alongside Dan Mortal. The 1-1. That one's low. 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 pitch. Curveball misses low. It's 3 balls and a strike. They are fun to root for. And, you know, again, it's a little bit of fun bragging rights, too. Not intentionally to get anyone upset, but, you know, you're going to remember, hey, remember when I took you deep on Game of the Day, or took Bradford deep on Game of the Day there a few seasons ago? Good times. The 3-1 pitch misses low. Ball 4. Geraldo gets over to first. Hey, it's a boost for Minerva. Cashes in 1,000 balls of yarn. Bases loaded. Tim Anderson is going to be the batter, but he's going to have a new pitcher as Ashbeck works the mandatory 3. And we're now going to get Chris Wilson, the lefty. Wilson, the 4th pitcher for Cleveland today. Hey, Great Scott also will go for the boost. Sounds good, Minerva. All right, Wilson comes in, the 25-year-old from Anderson, Indiana. 13 saves on the season for him. He's 2-2 with a 3.33 ERA. 24 and a third innings of work. Gave up 18 hits, 9 earned runs, 3 were by homer. He's walked 6 and struck out 28 on the year. Mid-90s with the curveball. Then throws a cutter in there as well. Wilson, 3rd season in the majors, 34 saves to his credit last year. Former 2nd-round draft pick out of North Carolina in 2022. Wilson's ready. Tim Anderson is ready. Anderson this season 1 through 3 with 2 RBI and bases loaded. First pitch, grounded back to the mound. They're going to go to home for 1 over to first. Not in time. They almost had the 1-2-3 double play. They get the lead runner at home, though, as they get Joey Best. But they could not get the speedy Anderson. It is now 2 outs, top of the 8th. Itchy nose central here. Dear Lord, ugh. Drives me nuts. Maurice Hampton, 1 for 3 today. He's 3 for 10 with 5 RBI and bases loaded. First pitch coming from Wilson, misses outside, ball 1. The 1-0 comes inside. Too far in with the cutter. 2-0. If you're looking ahead, bottom of the 8th, got the bottom 3rd of the order due up for the Tribe. Yes, no coffee abuse in the chat. None. No coffee abuse in the chat, please. Especially if you got Bailey's in yours like mine. 2-0. Going to be lifted into center field. Coming on in, sizing it up, is Eric Farrell. Makes the catch. That will retire the side, and the White Sox will leave a lot of laundry on the base paths as they leave them loaded. Bottom of the 8th we go. White Sox get another. It's 5-0 White Sox. Okay, Libretto is still in. Joe Kelly is loosening up. Bottom of the 8th we go. Bottom 3rd of the order for the Indians. Brandon Dieter, Micah Bello, John Cotton are scheduled up. Dieter, 0 for 2 today. I reject your semantics and substitute my... First pitch to Dieter, grounded over to short. Easy play for Miguel Geraldo. Over to first. 1 out. Just 2 hits for Cleveland today. Micah Bello, your batter. 0 for 1 today. An 0-1 pitch to right field. Drops down for a hit. The Flying Hawaiian 2.0 is aboard with the base hit, just the 3rd on the day for Cleveland. And with 1 on, 1 out, John Cotton comes to the plate, 0 for 2. Time being called. Just checking on something that you wrote, Sam, because in your position you wrote hitter. But what I need for position is second base, the position you play as a defender. All right, John Cotton is not going to get the at-bat here. George Springer will come in, just recently acquired. Springer, 36-year-old from New Britain, Connecticut, comes in hitting .333 on the year with 2 home runs and 10 runs batted in. Is this his first at bat as a member of Cleveland? Yes, it is. He makes his IRL George Springer after yesterday. Springer is your batter. This is his debut as a member of the Indians. First pitch is going to miss low for ball 1. The 1-0. That one's on the inside corner. Apparently that's ball 2.
What?
2-0. No quick check on Bello, who gets back in. He had to duck out of the way of the tag there. Pitch is in there. Bello's on the way to second. The throw is not going to be in time. Stolen base for Micah Bello. The flying Hawaiian will get his 11th stolen base out of 12 attempts this season. It is a 2-1 count now with a runner aboard at second. The 2-1 pitch is going to miss very low, ball 3. Oops, sorry. The 3-1. Swing and a miss. I think Springer was looking to launch that one, but he overswung on it. It's a 3-ball, 2-strike count. The full count pitch is swung straight back to the screen. Springer stays alive. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Pretty intense headache came on there. And yes, I realize I'm still hidden. The 3-2. Grounded back to the mound. Labruto has it. He'll throw to first to get the out. Bello will head to third, though. 2 outs. Runner at third. Eric Farrell, the lefty, comes in 1 for 3 today. First pitch, grounded right towards second. Well positioned for Anderson to his left. Throws to first. Side is retired. Second time today. The Tribe will leave a runner at third. 8 innings are in the books. White Sox are in control. It is 5-0. looking at your... Okay, yeah, if you look, George Springer's a right fielder. Understood. Okay. All right. So we're going to have a change. Jacob Gonzalez comes in to replace Springer. Gonzalez will be at first base. Chris Wilson stays in the game. I see Matty Crook as well as Joe Kelly loosening up in the top of the ninth as we go. Wilson aboard, top of the order. Eli Lamb, Adley Rutschman, and Eddie Brown due up. Lamb today, 1 for 4. Sam, I will check it after. I'm in the middle of running the game here, and I'm trying to keep things fluid. First pitch from Wilson to Lamb. Hard shot to short. Easy play over there for Lindor. He will throw over to first for the out. 1 out. Adley Rutschman will now be the batter. Rutschman, 0 for 4 today. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Swings right over the curveball. That will send him down.
I cannot hit curveball. Straight ball, I hit it very much. Curveball, that's our friend.
What does that sound like? Nah, can't be Serrano. Anyway, 2 outs now, and here he comes.
Giggity, giggity.
Eddie Brown, the granddaddy. 2 for 3 with a solo home run off of Martin Bradford back in the 6th.
Giggity, giggity, goo.
First pitch he sees, sends it to center field, and this is going to drop down for a base hit. I think we found something that works for Eddie Brown. He's 2 for 2 since we started using it. 9th hit on the day for him. Nate Lewis will be the batter with 2 outs here. Lewis today is 1 for 2. Yes, I will. First pitch, big swing as he got fooled with the curveball. The 0-1 throws another curveball, but this time didn't go after it. Almost exact same location. 1 ball, 1 strike. Forgot to mention the defensive change again. Juan Thomas is at catcher. Forrest Heitert moved over from catcher over to third. I did mention it, I just didn't show it off. The 1-1 stays inside and gets a trickler down the first base side, but foul. 1 ball, 2 strike count. The pitch. Up in the zone with the cutter, but too high. It's 2-2. The 2-2. Inside, 3 balls and 2 strikes. It's so valuable, but it's still tradable. Right, JR? I can't just say that to you. I got to say it to Cody as well. So, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Eddie Brown will be off on the pitch. Lifted to right field, hooking, and foul. As that one will just miss by about 1.5 feet down the line. The 3-2. This is low, ball 4. Another base runner. 2 are going to be up here. It's tradable for Edgar Barrios for sure, yes. All right. 2 on, 2 outs. Joey Best. What a day for him. 1 through 3. He's had a homer, 2-run homer. He's had, let's see, another ground out RBI. He's had a sac fly as well. We're going to have a new pitcher, though. Wilson's day is done. The immortal one, Dan Mortal. Mortal will make his 16th appearance on the year. He's 1-1 with a 4.42 ERA. 18 and a third innings of work. He's given up 20 hits, 9 earned runs, while allowing 3 homers. He's walked 6 and struck out 20. Yes, Tim has had his first ever Pirate. Go! Mortal, the 26-year-old second-year veteran, originally drafted by the Indians, 4th round, 2021, out of Rice University. He's ready to go against Joey Best. He hasn't done well against Joey Best. 2 for 2 for Best with a homer, lifetime against Mortal. Here it comes. That one's going to miss low for ball 1. Mortal throws upper 90s with the fastball and complements that with a curveball. You're not living unless you're trading. The 1-0. In there. 1 ball, 1 strikes. Best refers to him as mere mortal. Well played. The 1-1. Oh, it's in there. That looked low, but nope, it's in there. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Best. The 1-2. In the dirt. Great block by Thomas. Two. Ooh, that missed high. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? Look at where that landed, and it's not called strike 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Bases are loaded. Everyone's going to be off on the pitch. Oh, not bases loaded. Runners at first and second.
You idiot.
The 3-2. Runners go to center field. Hampton has it sized up. He will make, not Hampton, Farrell. Yes, I just had 2 Pirates. Go! There we go. Side is retired. Chicago leaves a couple runners, but do not score. Go to the bottom of the 9th. Last chance for Cleveland. They trail 5-0. All right, new pitcher as Labruto's day will be done. And it is Joe Kelly Fight Club. Kelly, the 38-year-old, just had the birthday from Anaheim, California. 29th appearance on the year for him. He's 1-2 with a 6.31 ERA. 4 saves to his credit to this point. 25 2/3 innings for Kelly, giving up 28 hits, 18 earned runs, allowing 3 home runs. He's walked 9 and struck out 19. Still throws upper 90s with the fastball. Works a slider, changeup, and knuckle curve in there. Had to do some math. Math is hard. 15 seasons in the majors for Kelly. Original third-round selection in 2009 by the Cardinals from University, California, Riverside. UCal, Riverside. Matty Crook is throwing in the bullpen as well still for the White Sox. Lindor, Judge, Don Erickson due up against Kelly. Lindor 1 for 3 today, 2 for 7 lifetime against Kelly. The 2-1 pitch. Lined into center field. That's going to get down for a hit. Lindor sized it up. Second hit on the day for him. He has half the hits. Now in the single digits, away from tying Tris Speaker for second all-time in Indians hits history. Aaron Judge will be the batter. Judge is 0 for 3, 2 for 8 lifetime against Kelly. First pitch goes right after it and strikes it foul, 0-1. Making sure the wifey didn't reach out. She's mobile now. The 0-1. Up and in. The slider did not slide. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Shift is on. Anderson, the second baseman, playing on the shortstop side of the bag. The 1-1. Outside corner called strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch. Misses low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2. Swings and fouls that one off. He'll stay alive. It's a 2-2 count coming to Judge. The 2-2. Up and in. It misses. 3 balls, 2 strikes with Lindor at first. The 3-2 pitch will miss low, ball 4 as Judge will take a walk down to first. We've got 2 on, nobody out. Don Erickson will be the batter. Erickson 0 for 3. First pitch in the dirt. Good block on the off-speed pitch by Rutschman. Lindor is at second. Judge is at first. The 1-0. Too far inside. Didn't miss by much. 2-0 count. Gonna do a mound visit here on the 2-0. I'm perfectly fine. Let me pitch. That sounds like something Joe Kelly would say. The 2-0. That's gonna miss low. Yes, it missed low. 3 balls and no strikes. Forrest Heitert waiting on deck. The 3-0 pitch misses inside. Ball 4. Bases are loaded.
Just a bit outside.
The White Sox bullpen does have challenges closing out games. They came into today's game with the 12th best ERA in the American League. 3 batters, no one out. Joe Kelly, goodbye. Matt Crook will be summoned, the lefty. with a bunch of righties coming up. Interesting call here. Matty Crook, the 31-year-old from Hillsborough, California. 25th appearance on the year. He's got no record. 1.71 ERA to his credit. 31 2/3 innings of work. He's given up 25 hits, 6 earned runs. He's allowed 1 home run this year. He's walked 15, struck out 41 to this point. Throws upper 80s. Yes, upper 80s, and gets all those strikeouts. Throws the slider, the curveball, and the sinker. Crook, the former Twin. 8th season in the majors. He's been with Tampa as well as Minnesota. Former 4th-round pick in 2016 by San Francisco out of the University of Oregon. Quack, quack. Heitert will be the batter. He's 0 for 3 today. He has two grand slams this season. The good news for Chicago is he can't win the game on a grand slam. Bruce Rondon loosening up for the White Sox. The first pitch will be a curveball inside, ball 1. The 1-0. Misses outside. It's 2 balls and no strikes. The 2-0 pitch from Crook in there. Strike 1. Lindor is at 3rd. Aaron Judge is at 2nd. Don Erickson is at 1st. The 2-1. Grounded towards 3rd. It's going to be slow. They're not going to be able to get a play as Brown holds on to it, playing it safe. It's going to be an infield single for Forrest Heitert as Lindor scores. Cleveland is on the board. It's 5-1. Still nobody out. Juan Thomas will be the batter. Thomas 0 for 1 today. He is 1 for 2 with 3 RBI in bases loaded situations this year. He now represents the tying run at the plate. First pitch from Crook. A bender. Doesn't bend well enough. 1-0. Crook's 1-0 pitch to Thomas. Up and in. That almost caught him. 35,000 booing on that pitch. Up and in. It's a 2-0 count. The 2-0 in there. Strike 1. So close, yet so far, Jake. The 2-1. Swings right through it. He was trying to put 4 on the board there, but it's 2-2. Brandon Dieter waits on deck. The 2-2. Misses outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out here. The White Sox are doing exactly what has been their problem all season. Struggle to close out games. The 3-2. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout for Matt Crook.
Fatality.
87 on the gun. Just a little bit off on the pitch. And what is a changeup for Martin Bradford? As an example, is a huge fastball strikeout for Matt Crook. First out here in the bottom of the ninth. Drama indeed. Brandon Dieter will be your batter. Dieter is 0 for 3 today. He is 1 for 6 with 2 RBI in bases loaded situations. The pitch stays away with him, ball 1. The 1-0 catches the outside corner, 1 ball and 1 strike. Jack Carey looking on very intently. His first career major league victory is hanging in the balance. The 1-1 tries away with the curveball, doesn't get the call, didn't miss by much. It's a 2 ball, 1 strike count. The 2-1 pitch. Bit high. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. No place to put Dieter. The flying Hawaiian waits on deck. The 3-1. Ball 4. He'll walk him in. 5-2 now. RBI for Brandon Dieter, his 25th on the year now. Micah Bello comes in 1 for 2 today, 2 for 3 lifetime against Matt Crook. 13 career home runs. One out. The pitch catches the corner, strike 1, a collective from the crowd. 1 out. Tying run now at first. The winning run is at the plate. 0-1. Inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1. Called strike 2, 1 ball and 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes to Bello. The pitch to left field. Pretty well struck, but moving over. Leaping catch. And beautiful play from Eli Lamb. Still scoring from third is Erickson as he was trailing away. But what a play from Eli Lamb. If you saw the leap, that might have been a game saver right there. That was pretty sexy. Eli Lamb showing the range, doesn't have much of an arm. It turns into a sac fly for Bello. His 14th RBI on the year. It's now 5-3. Sexiest catch on a sac fly you'll ever see. Time being called. Jacob Gonzalez, who came in as a defensive replacement earlier, may not get an at-bat. Just Joe Melfi remains on the bench. As Melfi hasn't hit, has he? Wow. Okay. No pressure, Rook. No pressure. Joe who? Joe Melfi, 27-year-old from San Jose, California, is making his eMLB first plate appearance here. He was acquired for Chad Laws straight up. He hit .219 with 2 homers and 9 RBI in AAA Vegas before the call-up. Interesting choice here. Crook looks at the sign. Has it. Delivers the pitch. Swing and hits that one foul and out of play. No balls and 1 strike. Curious call here. Melfi making his major league debut in a clutch situation. Gonzalez barely hitting over 200 against lefties this season, but did have 1 home run. Just got to think he's hoping to get to Eric Farrell here. The 0-1 pitch. In the dirt. Great block by Rutschman. No one advances. 1 ball and 1 strike. That is correct. As Ken says in the chat, Matt Crook, if he can get out of this one, will earn his 3rd save on the season. The 1-1 pitch towards third. The granddaddy has it. He'll throw to first. That will retire the side. And that was some epic baseball. Congratulations to Tim Lowry and the White Sox for winning this one 5-3. It got interesting at the end there, though, as we go take a look at the scoreboard there. Again, thank you also to Sadir for joining in. Let me put my camera back on here so I don't forget. Hello. Wrong camera commish. Wrong setup. Whoops. Oh, well. White Sox will win 5-3. They needed every run they got earlier because the Indians made it interesting at the end. But the White Sox will escape with the win. Let's look at the box scores here. Eli Lamb was 1 for 5 with a run scored. Eddie Brown 3 for 4. He had the home run, a solo shot in the 6th. It's his 6th career eMLB homer. He also scored twice. Nate Lewis was 1 for 2 today. Joey Best followed Brown's home run with his 7th on the year. He also had a sac fly and a ground out. A fielder's choice RBI, we will call it. 1 for 4 today with 4 RBI for Joey Best. Ian Happ, Miguel Geraldo, and Maurice Hampton, each with hits on the day as well. For the Indians, Eric Farrell, 1 for 4. Francisco Lindor, 2 for 4. Forrest Heitert was 1 for 4 today. Brandon Dieter had an RBI on a sac fly. And Micah Bello, 1 for 2 with an RBI. Just 5 hits today for Cleveland overall. A couple stolen bases, though, for them. Should have mentioned at the top of the show that Cleveland came into this game. They were 3rd in the American League in stolen bases. They add 2 more to their credit. Jack Carey will get his first career eMLB victory today. The 9th round draft pick in 2022 from Duke University earns his first career victory. He goes 6 innings, giving up just 2 hits. Didn't allow any runs. He just walked 1. Struck out 6. Base paths were very quiet while he was out there. Gets his first career eMLB victory. Congratulations to him. Dominic Labruto went 2 innings, allowing just a hit. Then Joe Kelly basically let everyone get aboard. Got your boost for us. Congrats. Again, Dominic Labruto, 2 innings, allowing just a hit. Joe Kelly, everybody he faced scored. Matt Crook gets the allows 1 hit, 1 walk, but he gets the inning of work done and gets his 3rd save on the season. Joe Kelly needs to put in a resume with the eMLB network. Yep. Martin Bradford falls to 4-3 as he takes his 2nd straight loss in as many starts, 5 innings of work, gave up 6 hits, 4 earned runs. He walked 3, struck out 5, allowed the 2 home runs in that 6th inning to be chased from the game. Both Joey Best as well as Ed Brown. Didn't interrupt at all. No worries. Forrest, how many balls of yarn do you have? Oh, you're fine. Okay, I was just checking to see if you had more. You have just like 118 left, I think, now. So I wasn't sure if you were in the neighborhood of a mega boost, but you were not. So, all right. Zach Gallen came in 2 innings, gave up a hit, 1 earned run. That earned run was allowed by trying to go more than 2. Couldn't get anyone out in that 3rd inning of work that he started. 3 strikeouts on the day for him. Elliot Ashbeck left up a hit, a walk, but then got a batter out. Chris Wilson goes an inning and a 3rd, allowing a walk and a hit. Then Dan Mortal, 1/3 of an inning for him. Player of the game, gotta think it's Jack Carey, right? Yep. No doubter there. Jack Carey, congrats to him again. 6 shutout innings. Gotcha. All right, let's check how the out-of-town scoreboard did on this Friday action. Remember,
I'm a kitty cat, and I dance, and I dance, cat. I'm a kitty cat, and I dance, and I dance, cat. I'm a kitty.
Jake, thank you very much. Gifting a sub over to Jake Clarkster. Jake gets the full credit on his account for boost. Jay Clark will get the half boost so he can work on his player in the Reds organization. There we go. It had been a little bit since we last had the Thundercats around, but Lion-O just got summoned. Calls for the Thundercats to help out the Fluffy Kitty Ninjas. Twins 34. Jake gets a +6 for that. Congratulations to you. Let's look at the scores on this day 1 of this 3-day sim. Tigers defeated the Red Sox in game 1 of their doubleheader, 11-1. Bond Soto, Caber Ruiz with home runs. Red Sox will win game 2 of that one as Diego Castillo wins it in relief. Chris DeMars gets his 16th save. Red Sox win game 2, 5-3. Byron Buxton got his 19th homer. Yeah, you did get a gifted sub earlier. You got it from Extreme, Martin Bradford's community creator. So your teammate gave you the gifted sub. So again, Red Sox winning 5-3. Mookie Betts, Danny Diaz, and some jerk got his 3rd home run on the year. What a punk. All right. White Sox defeating the Indians 5-3. Couple home runs, including the number 3rd overall draft pick last year, Eddie Brown. Joey Best also with a homer. Jack Carey, first career eMLB victory. Congrats to him. Rays will defeat the Athletics 13-3. Jim Giesler earns his 5th win on the year. He had help. Jelfry Marte, Tyler Nevin, and Jim Mayhall with home runs for the Rays. Yankees will win over Ethan Knight and the Orioles 2-0. 5 hits for both sides, but Jonathan Holder earns the victory. Ethan Knight did get player of the game, but the bullpen comes in and blows it. Angels defeat the Astros 8-2. Greg Briggs will get his 2nd win on the year. Josh Jung contributes with his 9th home run on the season. We said Sox and Tigers, so on to the Jays against the Mariners, and Juan Coelho will stifle the Mariners 7-2. Despite a couple solo home runs, Jim Dignan and Pedro Serrano. Serrano with his 22nd home run on the year. Justin Fuller will fall to 6-2 on the season. In the National League afternoon game, the Cubs defeated the Rockies 11-4. Who was that? Extreme UW. XTREME UW. He's your teammate. Martin Bradford is who he created him. No, wait. Extreme UW is who created Martin Bradford. I was like, wait, that sounds French, commish. You did it backwards. You're welcome. Nationals defeating the Rangers 3-2 today. Juan Teixeira defeating Cole Winn in a 3-2 contest. Jose Anthony got his 6th home run on the year in that one. Marlins will defeat the Pirates, ending the Pirates' 4-game win streak at 3-2. Michael Baez gets the victory over Quinn Priester. Anthony Rizzo contributes with his 10th home run on the season. Mets will double up the Braves and beat them 8-4. Gianfran Escalona will earn his 3rd win on the season over Max Fried. 10 hits on the day for the Mets, 9 for the Braves. None were homers. Speaking of no homer games, Cardinals will defeat the Phillies 7-3. Cardinals will go 5 games over 500 now. Andrew Jenkins will defeat Chris Jones. Jenkins 3-1. Jones falls to 4-3. 28 hits on the day for both teams combined, but nothing left the park. Diamondbacks will defeat the Brewers 8-5. Mitch Keller gets the victory. Mitch now 4-2 on the year. The human white flag, Chris Flexen, will fall to 0-3. Padres will defeat the Royals 10-1. Fernando Tatis Jr. goes deep twice as the Padres win 10-1. Bob Dowd improves to 5-2. Matt McClendon will fall to 6-2. Dodgers defeating the Reds 7-3. Davis Rose. All of a sudden, we got 2 mega boosts. Cool. Again, Dodgers will defeat the Reds 7-3. Davis Rose gets the victory. Couple homers. Juan Corcoran, Rod Metzler with home runs on the day. Also had home runs for Alan Brocale, Eddie Hearn, and Orelvis Martinez for the Reds in the loss. They were all solo shots. And final score on the day, it's Keller Day because Brad Keller also won. Brad helps the Giants defeat the Twins 6-1. Colby Halter takes the loss in that one. Giants are now 11 games over 500. All right, I will quick sim that day. You should get... No, thank you, Tim. I just saw your message. Thank you for your participation. You did a very good job in the managerial role. Just waiting for this to finish. Starting to figure out who our prospects are for going over to... We could go to Donnie, who's watching, he's doing a side cast of the Saints and Seahawks. Could also go over, I haven't gone to Nausicaa Gamer in a long time. We could raid Amaranth. No, that ain't happening. Sorry. It's not a choice. Injuries. Let's see. Brian Reynolds. Ooh. 7 months for Reynolds. Another major injury. We lost Verdugo earlier this week. Now Brian Reynolds will join the fold. He's got a ruptured disc in his back. His season will be over. He's hitting 287 with 4 homers and 19 RBI before the injury. Cedric Mullins also fractured his hand running the bases. He's expected to miss at least towards the trading deadline at this point. Also, to add insult to injury, Jose Herrera injured running the bases. He's got an intercostal strain, and that'll slow him down for a couple weeks. Ouch. No other major notes here. Nope. All right. I see the Mets fired their bench coach. That's it. When all else fails, blame the bench coach. Got it. I know. When all else fails, though, blame the bench coach. All right, so I think, what do you think? We don't have, let me double check. I don't think anybody is on from out of the park. Let me check. Nope, they're all here. So no one to raid over to yet. Gorgo doesn't go on for another hour. I don't have another hour in me. Nope. Not gonna do it. No new taxes. So I think we will raid over to a member of the community, even if he's a fringe member, but he is someone who's very much helpful for that little check mark that is down below. So we'll go raid over Danielle Freak. He is doing a side cast. If you like talking regular sports, we will be going next Tuesday. So we're on our usual schedule for this week. But again, we're not doing, as you saw, we're not doing 7 days today. This is allowing me the time I need to fill the draft pools as I intend to. So, with that being said, back to our litter box I go. Love kitty ninjas do assassinate, and you're looking at their victim. So next time I can find some glue and tape, I'll put my head back on straight, and we will be back in front of you. Tuesday Night Baseball coming soon. Tuesday night, 7 o'clock, here on the FKN. And yes, I hope you guys can download safely here afterwards, because I'm like out of options here at this point on what to do. At least most options, but we'll find out soon. Over to Danielle we go. Remember, how you think directs your life. When you think your best, you're going to be your best. So please go and do your best. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. If it's a holiday for you tomorrow, enjoy it. For some of us, we have to figure out how to work around our kids. That's me tomorrow. We'll see you soon. Peace.
You jackass!